heading into the game now. Things are starting up. We see both teams popping out with smokes. But yeah, seeing him on Underlord, you know, that allows him to push out side lanes and have the ulti ready to join in for things. He doesn't have to run around and look for fights as much. He can fix lanes and be ready to join at all times.
So for those of you who are unaware of, if you haven't seen Brewmother in a while, if you didn't watch the series yesterday, we do have a facet pickup, which is the Necrotic Webs. It reduces health regeneration on the enemies. And then this one's always gross. I think this is very disgusting. That it's called Spider's Milk.
Yeah.
I never wanted to ever hear that uttered aloud or read, but there it is. And basically, whenever Broodmother kills a unit, she and all units under her control in a 600 radius receive a buff that heals them for a percentage of the victim's health every 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's sort of like little Bloodseeker effect, basically. You get some HP back. She honestly heals more than Bloodseeker, I think, right now, per CS, at least early levels. Bloodseeker is rescaled to be a very late game healer now, with his new change. Yeah, she's got the right facet. This is the one that generally seems to have the highest win rate, be most successful. The alternative would be to have the Q work for your Spiderlings. She sneaks around to yoink. A Bounty Rune we see a 2 for 2 still then, as there was a successful steel bottom.
I love these webs all over my screen.
Yeah, she's got the ugly webs as well. I don't like these. They look so invasive.
Well, that's probably why they enjoy these. A little added, you know.
Surprised he didn't leave one web on the mid lane on the Pango, so he would have minus regen right now. You know, you actually have enough charges to put one web for the mid lane.
Also to note, Parker went and he grabbed himself just the crash landing yet again. Not gonna go for that insurmountable. So seeing a high trend in that ever since he's shown this in these qualifiers.
Just what he likes, and yeah, we've seen more and more people start picking the crash landing overall. I see it more frequently as well, and just in high ranked games as well. It used to just be insurmountable every single game, but no longer.
This Voodoo Festration is just so gross. Like, look at this top lane. They just are sitting so low just from trying to get close to be able to CS.
Yeah, King RD is showing us why we hype up Witch Doctor so much. He's just running in. They're going to go under tower here and try and do something. Has to be a little bit careful not to dive too deep, though.
To remember, too, that the Voodoo Festration has been changed now. It does damage, and it heals Witch Doctor for 50%. It does not heal your teammates anymore, though.
Yeah, who needs teammates? Just kill the enemy.
Spoken like a core player.
You know, you can get a nice 11, 12-minute Radiance if you play core Witch Doctor. It's pretty good. It's a double Radiance effect.
Oh god, Waga. Your poor pubs.
It's amazing. Looking at mid so far, 10-2 and 6-0. So Pango struggling a little bit to clutch out these last hits here, as the jump always so annoying. It's probably more annoying than laser even, in my opinion, from Tinker, because at least you can hit, but you have minus 100 attack speed, so your attack is so slow you can't really get the rest. Both of them gonna go for one rune each, a little bit of refill. As Hoodwink has done a pretty good job top lane at harassing back to the Witch Doctor, not losing the trade too poorly. So good work so far. In bottom lane, small camp pull not being contested here, so Ogre denying quite a few creeps.
There's a lot of regen that's being ferried up to this lane, though. I saw Knight just grabbing himself another stack of tangos, feeding them to Illich here. They are going to have to mitigate this damage coming out from the Voodoo Festration. Yeah,
we see Lotus coming up. Hoodwink wants to try and fight for it, but 1v2 gonna be hard.
Yeah. Well, gives Illich a little bit of time here to be able to deny and get some clicks off, but...
CS-wise not doing too poorly on that top lane as well, but it is an advantage for Dire.
Turning back around here, putting a little pressure over on Stabili.
Yeah,
They have not opted. Yep, just got the Voodoo Festration and the Maledict currently. I think they have to play a lot more carefully if he ends up picking up a point in that cask, just because they're playing it pretty safe up here, but still.
He's diving glyph to keep the creep alive. Yeah, we
After
see.
he goes. Oh, the blood grenade though, too. Knight's still alive. Illic taking a lot of damage though. As Hiko is the first to go down, Illic will be the second. And it looks like Knight will be able to scurry himself away, but
Yeah, big dives there on top lane.
that blood grenade plus the ignite, I think, was enough to take down Hiko in that bottom lane. I wasn't expecting the blood grenade.
Yeah, it's a nice damage over time combination there. We see the power of the learning curve as well. Got the level 3 now, so yes, 2 points Fire Blast, 2 points Ignite. It's a lot of damage coming out. And not too far until Zeus hits that level 6. He has an advantage in mid. Only a small experience advantage, but he's winning out a bit. Looks like he's gonna run all the way base probably even. He's so low. Yeah, he's just charging his way home. Rushing for that mana boots next.
No one stopped by mid to go refill his bottle.
And Witch Doctor again, just running after Illic here. 2 points Voodoo Restoration. You see the damage it's doing over time here.
See the Insatiable Hunger come out, trying to get a couple clicks off to offset it, but sitting pretty low. Nice little bushwhack here from Knight. Just buys him a little bit more breathing room, but
It's so oppressive. I mean, all the HP gone there for Broodmother, and only way she gets HP back is by CSing. You don't have the regen from the webs anymore.
they're just continuously feeding tangos over to this Broodmother.
He needs it. Needs all he can get to actually be able to go up and CS. Zeus has his level 6 ready, so side lanes could get some help from that. Oh my
Not
god.
quite 6 yet over on the Pangolier. Did go grab up the bounty rune though to refill the bottle.
Lifesteal doing a great job just getting all the CS here. Misses the banner creep, as I say that. The curse is always powerful. Casters can rule the CSing.
Yeah, Slatom's making his way bottom. That rune's already been removed. 6 minutes are coming up. We are seeing some movement towards this mid lane. You can see that the Witch Doctor doing some stacking as he goes through.
Yeah, all the supports coming in. They want to go on the Zeus here with the Techies and Pango. Pango ulti available.
Yeah. Already prepping. It's going to be on the top here. King RD actually snaps it up. This is probably going to be a dead hoodwink. He can just run right after him.
Yeah, the Doctor is in. I mean, hasted Witch Doctor. You're not getting away from him. And I think he has the entire mana boost. Oh, okay, not the entire one, but very close, very close. That's the Bassi coming out and just needs the recipe now.
All right, we do have 6s both online. Zeus, like we said, a little bit ahead here, which is interesting considering the fact that he did have to walk all the way back home.
It was a good timing. He like killed all the creeps and immediately charged home, so he didn't miss any creeps for it. And he's gonna go bottom, look for
Zeus
a gank.
Bottom. Getting just pincering over onto FCR. Fire Blast, Stardust Wrap, and just another click or two. A toss over onto FCR will ensure that he'll fall.
Yeah, good, secure. And meanwhile, Wisdom Runes
Top
coming up.
lane. Bit of a dive here as they end up getting a kill on Illic. This Broodmother is having some difficulty.
A kill and a steal on the Wisdom Rune. And they get their own, so everything going their way.
Community is really low on mana, but I just don't think that they can contest this necessarily with 4DR here. Put out a bit of damage. Tower goes down.
That's a very early tower and a horrible start to the game for Broodmother. You know, this is a last pick Brood. You want her to have a good game and take over. But like I said, before level 6, level 7, she's not really that strong in this patch. She is actually a lot weaker than before. But once she gets her spawn spiderlings, she'll have to do a big amount of work here to try and recover what she has lost in laning.
I guess the saving grace is the fact that the other 2 lanes for the side of Cuyes is going quite well, right? Because you have your Zeus has very nice CS, so does your Tiny. They got a kill on the bottom lane.
Yeah.
So they do have methods of being able to enter the Broodmother back into the game. But
Oh, a little bit late on the stun there. He didn't have the mana yet.
he's got that double damage just clicking away over here, and MJZ opting to go for the Rolling Thunder. Knocks him up to the high ground, though. That was not what was supposed to happen.
Yeah, nice positioning by the Ogre there, hugging the wall so that he gets pushed up. And not committing for it. 40R, I think Could have maybe kept going there, use a jump to get on the high ground, chase him with his magic stick, but playing a little bit safe.
It's Rolling Thunder down for about a minute, which gives them an opening on the side of Cuyes if they want to take advantage of it. Thunder God's Wrath going to be up at about 15.
I like that they're going together here on the Witch Doctor and the Pango, looking for whoever they can find. There's a Watcher, though. Look at the Witch Doctor just helping out farm.
What a nice guy. We do have a bit of a fight coming out, though. As Tiny joining in with the Avalanche, with the Thunder God's Wrath. In comes Illick. He's looking to get a nibble on one of these guys. He's got the King RD. The slow, the web gets dropped down. They get the kill, and now 40R. Ooh, he has not got any spells up right now. But Costa jumping back out will slow down MJZ. And it looks like they'll be able to get him out. They only end up losing King RD.
Yeah, they only lose one, and Jim Park did TP over there to join as well. So no reactions from the Underlord, who gets some space here bottom now. Not terrible for Midas. And you know who died? It's the Witch Doctor. He got the neutral item.
You got the Gree.
Gree. So he can you know, always cash in on his money later on. Nothing lost long term. So far, CS looking really good for the Tiny. He's keeping pace with the Lifestealer here, actually ahead of him by just a little bit in net worth.
I mean, this is kind of what we expected from Parker, because he is so active early. A little bit of a skirmish over by the bottom rune spot. Bottoms wants to finish off King RD. Maybe just... Oh, look at the positioning. The top end up from Hiko. He's going to try to jump down now. Still going to end up dying. Very, very close, though.
Oh, this time diving.
It's just MGZ's dead. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I expected him to do last time. He pushed the Ogre on high ground. He just commits in. You know, tower is not really an obstacle. And gonna find himself an Arcane Rune top as well. So really good fight here from Midas.
This is what we want to see from them. We want to see them move together. And it definitely feels like they sat down, watched their replays, and were like, okay, what do we need to do next time? And it's paying off. Love to see it.
Yeah, I like this trend that has started, you know, more recently, I want to say, the last few months or so, of Radiance buyers actually buying the Talisman of Evasion instead of just saving up for the Relic. So Lifestealers always go for this. This is the common build nowadays. Just get a little bit stronger earlier. Tiny.
Jumping into this mid lane. The TPs are coming out, though. Hiko getting tossed away. The hop back in from 40R. Thunder God's Wrath coming in, but quite enough as now here. Parker, he's stuck in an awkward position. They use the taser, chases on the toss back. He still will end up falling.
Very deep.
Big rotation for him.
Yeah, and now they can just team farm the Ancients here. Completely fine. We see that cleave coming in.
That big cleave.
Yeah, look at that. That's with only 90, 95, 109 now on the Atrophy Aura. Cleave gets bigger fast. Gonna be interesting to see how much he can get out of that. And checking in with Illick. He is on the recovery mode, of course, on the Broodmother. Looks like he's gonna be going for the Orchid first item.
Yeah, I was curious what the build is with this Broodmother, if it's still very similar to what we used to see, or if they added of the innates and facets and whatnot would change things at all.
Bloodthorn is still a crazy item for Brood, so I assume he wants to get to Bloodthorn as soon as possible before people have numerous spells available. It's also a good way to be able to kill the Lifestealer. Forces him to go for that Manta as soon as possible.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Lifestealer now making a switch down to bottom, eyeing up this tower, and don't think that Cuyes are that eager to defend this bottom tower. Looking at how the fights have been going.
Yeah, no, I'm curious how the ward vision is going, though, here. You can see the Radiant have quite a few in this bottom portion. If they're not going to defend it, really.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward to have all your vision bottom and then not play the area. But, you know, the fights didn't really go the way they wanted. Tiny dying there. But they could still try to put up a fight for bottom. Seems like actually it's Midas who are not that decisive in their push. So Hoodwink allowed to farm his level 6 down here. Build towards that ulti.
I've got the phylactery picked up now for the Zeus. Wouldn't mind seeing, because like I'm looking at items right now. Like I wouldn't mind seeing a smoke and seeing them try to go top and maybe help Illic out, maybe start to put pressure on this tower. Because they do have a, like that's the thing with Brood, right? Is she wants to be where her webs are.
Yeah, looks like they
So,
want
like, I
smoke
feel-
to defend instead. So they want to hold this tower. Jim Park is here. He has a blink dagger, so they could burst Witch Doctor really fast.
He's working on his own phylactery.
Witch Doctor in danger.
The opening. That's a dead King RD. It's going to be the Hoodwink who gets the kill. And they ping out the fact that they have vision up there. Let's just clean that up, guys. There you go. Looks like he's going to teleport using his gate. Get out of dodge. Doesn't want to be there.
It's very nice of him to hold on to this building down here. That makes sure Lifestealer doesn't have complete free farm. He is, of course, still getting pretty big, but if he was allowed to push the tower and push and farm the lane and jungle, it would be way faster than what he's doing. Brood closing in, still needs the Robe of Magi and the recipe, so looking at like 700 gold more for the completed Orchid. That's a power spike for him.
Smoke play coming out from the side of Midas.
Also, Midas coming out from the side of Cuyes. Ogre has it queued up right now.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to buy a mech or something when you're Ogre, I feel. You can get greedy with this. If you anticipate the game to go long.
It's the problem with being a Brood, right, is that you know that she's going to be in her web. So if you see the webs, most likely you'll find her. MJZ, though, here in an awkward position, doesn't realize that it's being pinched upon. So, hit a Malice, blast off, and a Swashbuckle will do him in. Slotums is nearby. He's got an Invis rune, trying to dodge away from some of this damage because
they saw him under
King
sentry.
RD saw him. Yeah, they absolutely did.
Got the Maledict on him, but not enough to commit and dive him there. They got mid tower, and meanwhile, Lifestealer is playing very confident bottom, just rushing in here, getting this farm. I like to see this, Costabile actually, you know, trying to play a more active role, not just sit back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower.
They're definitely playing around him though now, which I really appreciate. So he is able to, you know, farm, but there are people nearby. So if that, if the opportunity for a killer or fight breaks out, he's not far away. It's not that he has to, you know, TP and then walk all the way over or whatnot.
Yeah, he's gonna get himself
like
very close to the entire Radiance here just by getting the tower. Needs 400 more, but he's farming a juicy double wave right now. So after all this, he basically has it.
Okay, we do have the phylactery completed now for Jim Park. I'd like to see... Oh, okay, he just walks into multiples with the gate being activated as he tosses away. Jay-Z, he's here. There's the Witch Doctor ultimate, the Rolling Thunder coming on through. He's somehow still alive, but not for much longer. He will end up dying.
Oh, I love
It's
this.
an awkward position.
I love this play to get the Athos first item on Underlord. I think it's very underrated by some players, but I have a fellow friend who's level 30 Underlord spammer, and this is the build. Oh, Pango gets
Lane.
caught.
Yeah, that was the reveal, I believe, of the Orchid finished up on this Brood Mother. Gotta be careful of these babies because they do have the Radiance on Lifestealer completed too.
He wouldn't mind getting +2 health for every single spider. Yeah. But gets them to safety. Not gonna feed away. Big stacks being
This-
made.
Such a satisfying, like, visual every time that Underlord smacks some creeps.
Right? Yeah.
That little cleave.
That was pretty crazy. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about him there. The Rod of Athos first item, I feel, is really, really good because you can pit up Malice, Rod of Athos the enemy in it, and then cast again.
The whole team is here for the most part, other than Ogre, and they get themselves a quick hit and run.
Good pick off deep into enemy jungle. They have planted vision here with Hoodwink, so they saw Underlord, came in, got the kill, and now mid tower looking like something they could get their hands on as well. All these
Got
spiders.
some nice vision too, being able to just keep tabs on anyone who comes forward. King RD over here on the side. They have the blink. While this is going on, though, they are putting pressure onto the bottom tier 2. So Hoodwink seeing King RD is gonna go for the bushwhack. Toss out some of that damage. 40R has joined here in the mid lane. Tower will go
Lifesteal behind
down,
them.
and they're pincering. Costa trying to find this opening. The immediate toss up. Silence though onto 40R. He is just little tiny spiderlings, as is this oh my goodness, as is going here with poor Hiko trying to run for his life. He cannot
Jim
run
Park with
fast
the toss
enough.
back.
And now the toss back onto Costa. He's gonna have to go and infest one of those ancients.
Okay, they call to reset. They say, okay, you know what? We don't have to go Lifestealer as well. He's pretty tanky, and we used all our spells. So they're just gonna chill. 3 pickoffs there. Really, really nice for them to catch one target with Orchid first when all of Midas were pretty split up. They were trying to set up a pincer move, but if the opponents just charge in and get one pickoff first, then all falls apart very quickly.
Are scanning.
I think now, like, it feels like the Broodmother's starting to come online. So plus, like, 1 or 2, if anybody is caught out, it's going to be very, very spooky for the side of Midas.
Yeah, going for that BKB as well to give herself some safety.
They use the ultimate on an illusion in the mid lane.
Death
The panic.
Ward. Yeah, King RD getting a little bit early with that. Yeah, the Orchid is a huge power spike for the Brood now, but, you know, Lifestealer already has the Yasha. He's halfway towards the Manta style. If he gets the Manta, then he's going to be pretty safe against it. Can always Dispel. The rest don't seem like they have any Dispels coming in just yet, but Pango is working on a Manta as well.
How do you feel about Knight? He went and he finished up the Maelstrom before he went for the Rod of Atos.
Yeah, I think... I'm not sure about it. It's an interesting choice, I guess. Want to make sure that you get the Maelstrom and farm for yourself a little bit, but the Rod of Atos would be useful to have in the fights. I think this is the better build for the way they want to play the game. It looks a little bit greedier than what I anticipated here coming in from Cuyes. You know, the Midas on Ogre, the Maelstrom on the Hoodwink, both supports looking to turn themselves into cores. But they might have the correct read here. The game isn't playing out super fast-paced.
Have a pipe completed now for Underlord. That's his next big item. Feel like we haven't seen much of his impact though yet.
Yeah, no, he's had a very quiet game. It's a whole lot of farming. He is keeping up pretty well with the farm, but you know, it's not the most impactful so far. Would like to see more Fiend's Gate ganks and, you know, utilize his global presence a little bit more.
Got the Conda completed now for Parker, so would like to see him rejoin the team. That is a big pickup. Gonna see the BKB coming out for Slatum soon. Illic has something coming out right now on Courier. What do we see here?
Yeah, interesting to
BKB.
see. You know,
Okay, this is big.
yeah, interesting to
big
see Jim Park still not going for the Aghanim shards, even going full Kanda and now building towards the BKB. Just says, yeah, the shard is nice, but there are items he wants more. Also, that one toss to kill an entire creep wave is so satisfying.
Smoke play coming out from the side of Cuyes. Midas also having a smoke, but nobody's in that top area.
Yeah, might go in and find themselves a Wisdom Rune if they do commit and go deeper here.
I think they want this, doubly, yeah.
Brood? Brood
A
BKB.
little excited, but they'll still end up getting this kill. They'll get themselves a tower.
Yeah. Like just a little bit, and you know, too excited for a gank there, like you said. But good kill. They could swing immediately to Roche here if they want. Torment are being stolen right now, so Midas would not be in a position to contest Roche, since they, you know, are off position and lost some resources. Kill this.
Look, Illic's got a lot of babies he's got to be taken care of, okay? Sometimes you get a little sidetracked, you got too much on your schedule. Sometimes you gotta figure the BKB.
I see, it's the sleep deprivation of a parent coming in here.
Yep. Exactly.
Aegis on Tiny now.
They go through the... Yeah, it looks like you want to go through the gate, grab that wave, potentially, and perhaps put pressure on top.
Yeah, someone has to go mid, so Zeus is gonna go there. A little bit dangerous, though, if they do find a jump on him.
They scan. I think Witch Doctor was just close enough.
They're sitting up top, just hunting.
It's a patient hit squad here.
Yeah, but
Look at the board, too. Like, they've got good vision if anybody comes forward to try to sneak around.
Patient, but nobody's here. So Tiny feels like he has to push this creep wave here. He can't just sit back and do nothing. That will reveal their location a bit. Well, a lot of stacks being made using this Voodoo Festoration to stack is so satisfying. 850 radius, stacking from the low ground and stuff. It's just, you know, and he's farming up for himself too, it seems. Wants to get that Glimmer. Still did not crack his neutral, so holding on to 750 gold stored up already.
It's a little watchdog there with big dreams.
Yeah, and we have full Gleipnir, I believe, on the Hoodwink coming up soon. It just needs the Vit booster, needs to get to the store.
Smoke play coming out again from Midas. Perhaps we'll see an infest bomb with Costa. Just gonna join in on the fight. Rolling Thunder, they see themselves Latums. Get the jump on this Zeus. I don't believe there's any way for him to survive that. So that's a nice quick pick off from the side of Midas.
Yeah, there's
And a double
really,
damage in for a 40R. Woo.
really no way. He does have a 9-second BKB, but I mean, when you get caught like that, you just die. I'm not sure he had it on him as well already when the initiation came. Either way, nice pick off and back to farming. Doesn't seem like they're playing too much for big objectives here on Midas. Just happy to go towards that late game, but I'm looking at all these cores on the side of Radiant. Oh, I'm Tangle.
Yeah, this is not looking good for 40R. Does have the swashbuckle.
Gonna get
Parker,
away.
is he thinking about it? He just picks up the tree. He's like, thanks for the, Oh. No. Good glimmer. Good.
Little bit low commitment there.
Kiko's still here. Kiko, careful.
Park looking for something more. I feel like with the Aegis on Tiny there, I'm surprised that they didn't dive deeper for that kill on the Pango, but they were really worried that there was going to be a counter gank when they went.
Perhaps. Here's the fortification, and you can see top lane is pushed in pretty heavily, so Brood Mother just gonna send those babies over for a little bit of scouting. Do some chops on the tower while she's here.
Yeah, just pushing. Someone has to react to if tower is gonna fall. Enough spiders.
They're smoked up. They're looking for Illic, but Illic's already crawling away. Drops another web. Just on a full retreat now. Happy to know that they've caused some attention. They're going back in. Jim Park seeing an opening, thinking about Tiny. Sees himself FCR. They get off the side as now Slatos pops a BKB, having to run away. He's sitting so very low, but he's still alive. As Knight now running away from Costa. He's stuck over onto the corner. They'll end up losing Slatos. Now 40R stuck in the corner as well. This Knight's already fallen. And it looks like the rest of the side of Cuyes, they're like, we don't want this fight. That's a double damage Pango. We've already lost 2. No, thank you. Ooh, Illic, though, still here.
Oh, he's under ward.
Go, trying to get the blast off, stuck in the corners. Has the web, though. It's going to be able to crawl away.
Underestimating his speed a little bit there. But yeah, he runs away. Gotta stay safe, and that might reveal as well that there was some vision on the Ancients. The fact that they just beeline towards him there. Lord looking for Ogre. Not gonna find him, though. Oh my god, do you see that cleave? It's going off the screen right now.
Was it really?
Yes, I look at him
Oh,
when
I
he
didn't
auto
see
attacks. It just flies off. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Everything in that AoE gets damaged. So that's crazy. 333. I guess some spiders contributed to that along with the hero kills.
I did manage to get that tower while that was going on, but...
Tiny gets found by Lifesteer, but gonna be fine, of course. No TP cancel.
Going towards that Agnum Scepter on the Lifestealer.
Yeah, this is the common build, pretty much. Only weird thing, I guess, is the hip from the armor.
Uh-oh. Go, he goes. Is he gonna be saved at the last second? BKB comes out from Illic. He wants this.
Oh, he's
trying
hitting.
to just munch it away. Does manage to kill off the Witch Doctor. And look at this. He is activated. Sees himself a beefy Underlord. Was thinking about it for half a second, but the BKB, of course, has worn off. Rolling Thunder coming through from 40R. Rolling his way. Sees Slatums. Ends up turning around, though. Costa pops the Rage, chasing out to MJZ, but not going to follow through. So they're thinking about going back in. Park's here. Parker's thinking about it. He just can't quite get his hands on anybody, though.
Illic is officially back in the game. He is #1 in farm right now, and you know, that is the farm speed of these spiderlings, but he was having such a bad laning stage, and now he is back with a pretty much a full butterfly coming up here as well. And we saw the damage he did there. That was crazy, the amount of heal that he got. So we'll see if he can get himself level 20 soon. We're gonna see even more with that attack speed increase.
I mean, with that BKB, what can these supports do when he jumps on him at this point? Yes, they were very strong. They were definitely throwing their weight around early, but they really can't do much of anything once he's got the BKB.
And this is before he buys Shard on Brood. The Shard also would increase the damage a lot, so he has a lot of scaling to do. Playing this like a carry at this point, you know, not really stressing, and that's probably why they feel so confident going late game here. They know their support Hoodwink is gonna keep scaling. They know the Broodmother's getting strong. It's not all on Jim Park to carry this game.
The Agnum Scepter for the Underlord. So he's got the increased radius of the Pit of Malice, plus the
Pit of Malice going
around
down.
these.
Yeah,
Very much needed for the catch.
It casts both where you TP from and where you TP to, so it's two Pit of Malices. So if you have a fight in a small area, you could maybe get double value from it. But yeah, now he can importantly just put that Fiend's Gate down on Zeus and jump in, and Zeus will be forced to use his BKB essentially. So it's not too bad.
Looks like they've got their eyes on this bottom tower. Waiting patiently to see who's going to jump in, who's going to show up, but no one appears to be home right now to get them off of it. So they'll take the tier 2 bottom.
Tier 2, and could maybe keep going a bit here to force some reaction, see if they come home, because otherwise this Tiny and Broodmother will push buildings really fast.
It looks like they're retreating. They're coming back. They say, okay, we can't do this. We'll use the fortification. They'll drag their little babies out of there. Costa teleporting on in.
Tiny has even more burst damage with the
Tosses
enchanted
his little
quiver.
spider.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, he has the
Oh, the smoke behind here.
Is he gonna go for it? Yeah, he finds himself FCR. The jump, the toss up, right into the loving arms of the rest of his team. And now Costa on the run. We'll toss the tree out. Uses the rage. A chase is on. They're on the high ground. It's a little bit risky. Pops out again. Illich chasing after Costa. He wants his BKB. He's going to get used over onto Jim Park. As he's closing in, they really want this lifestealer. He is the #1 target. Should be able to get it. Turns into little spider babies. Jim Park now still giving chase, but the rest of the side of Midas has decided this is a bad fight. We got to get out of here now.
And swinging straight towards Roche area as well. Roche is up, so they could get a big reward for this. Taking down 2 core heroes. Lifestealer going down. That's only his 2nd death in this game. Otherwise, been doing pretty well, but yeah, looks like they might even go for a push down here on bottom. At least clearing the lane before going Roche. I love that they are sending Hoodwink over to the other side of the map right now. They don't need to bring everybody to take down Roche. And even Broodmother are trying to play oppressive here, take away some enemy area.
Yeah. Almost got the level 20 on Tiny. It's just been ramping up, getting bigger and bigger.
Scaling really well into the late game here. And we're also seeing Zeus start to get more and more item progression here. Has the BKB, Yashikaya, Shard of course, and going for what looks like a Witchblade next. So thinking about that for Asma.
Hoodwink having the they end up using the Atos, use the Rolling Thunder. They want to grab Knight. It's very important to them. It's gonna try to jump up to the high ground, use the sharpshooter, but will end up dying. And while he's doing this, they end up getting themselves the Aegis and a banner.
No way to run away there for the Hoodwink, and that is that value, the gank coming in. It's not the biggest kill, at least, you know, but they get something. It's 1,000 gold. It's good pay for killing a support.
A support that looks more like a core.
Oh yeah, big hopes and dreams.
Big dreams, yeah.
That's your average Hoodwink enjoyer, always queuing up like 2 Daedalus or something. Oh, Ogre gets killed by his friend here. I don't know if he's friend anymore, but Tim Park not even gonna finish the Tormentor because he can't.
He saw what happened to his friend. He took that warning.
Yeah, so they just lose Ogre and lose some 30 seconds here for the Tiny. His farm pattern gonna be obstructed by it. They are drawing some lines like, yeah, take Tormentor and then we swing out and take the map, but all the while, Midas are the ones who are taking over the map while you have Aegis, so that was a pretty costly move.
Surprised that they went for that. Need to be a bit careful with Park down here. Quite a few Midas fellas on this top area. King RD trying to get a little bit of information. They're walking all over these webs, but
they did scan him, so or he did scan them, so he's gonna stay safe on Tiny for now.
It's like Witch Doctor's thinking about a gem in his future.
We're into round 2, successful. They brought enough people this time.
Getting that boomerang.
Yeah, gem could be really big. Also, Witch Doctor's at 1,100 gold on this neutral, so he's really saving up. Got quite a bit of
His
gold
rainy
cash
day
in on.
fund.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Shard even. He probably wants
Shard's
gem,
great.
gem and Shard. Those are like the 2 priorities, I guess. I'm a bit concerned for Midas. They've been, you know, kind of going quietly into this game, and I do feel like Cuyes just have the better scaling heroes.
It does feel like they're a bit passive in the way that they've been playing.
Zeus.
Spider's doing getting a lot of information, just moving them around.
Yeah.
Know that they're over there. Did Parker go Harpoon last time? I feel like he went Shadow Blade.
Yeah, I
He's
think he went
opted a
Silver
little
Edge.
different.
Yeah, so a little bit of a change. It's not the biggest difference, but I guess it can help him. Some of these heroes have some high speed. Try and keep up with
These
them.
spiders are just so good to be able to get any sort of information. They're smoked up over on the low ground, but going into the high ground from that's a risky move. Jump in, though, coming out from the Pangolier, rolling around, already have that BKB being used on Sliders. He's trying to get some space. And look at Illick, he's just chomping away, cutting through everyone. Sparker chasing the Witch Doctor on the back line, so you've got that infest, so they'll end up getting the kill on MJZ. Illick trying to find this opening. Jim Park finding the kill that he wanted, but he did end up chasing away from his team, as now Illick is getting caught in that other little gate. Looks like Knight might be able to get away. We'll throw out the Spider Nuke. Over onto the side, the Atos getting used on this Hoodwink. Illick, Slatums nearby, using over onto the back lines, pick up the toss over onto FCR. And now for DR, he's got that mark on him. They're all on the hunt, but they'll turn their attention over to Constabile. They need to try to chip him away fast enough, but they don't have a way to cancel out that TP at the time.
Yeah, nice TP out, recognizing that he can get out of there. He really had to. He just can't stand toe-to-toe to this Broodmother. He doesn't have his own True Strike or anything, and she has a Butterfly plus the Incapacitating Bite, which of course gives you 60% miss chance. So whenever you're not in rage, you're not doing anything, it feels like. That fight looked like it could have gone a little bit worse for Cuyes there. It got really late.
For DR?
Oh, coming in.
Okay, using the Harpoon over onto Illick. A nice bushwhack, though, buying some more time. The Avalanche, the toss was so much damage. If they didn't have the screens, they was definitely going to be toast here. So do some more damage onto Jim Park. He's Maledict. They had the Infest, and he is just going to go down. The first time, though, it does have that Aegis, so if they burnt the Aegis, but it's taken a lot of resources to do this.
Yeah, Force staffing himself down again from low ground. Onto low ground. They want to stay in this area. Zeus is coming up soon. Can TP in on the outpost as well, so I think this tier 2 tower is undefendable at this point. You already
They don't have
used so
Death
much.
Ward, they don't have Rolling Thunder, there's just no way that they can really hold this at this point.
Yeah, no. They're gonna work on finishing up an Abyssal, but if they run out too far here, you could just see Cuyes go onto their high ground with Tiny and Broodmother. You're gonna have to come back to base.
Yeah, I mean, he's already looking at him.
Yeah,
It's like, anybody home? Anybody gonna come defend? No?
Yeah, MKB completed on Brood, so she is more than happy to fight into this Radiance on Lifestealer now. 2 more levels and she gets her level 25 talent too. I'm sure he takes the BAT still, but it's kind of funny to see the 30% increase on the miss chance and the slow. She would have a 90% miss chance and a 60% slow on her auto attack. That sounds very good, honestly.
Lots of options, for sure. They're smoked up. They say, let's get our buy angle back. We know that there's going to be people there. There's a TP coming out, though.
Yeah. Could also be
Slasm's
hunting.
rejoining.
Yeah, I think they were hunting for the Zeus, try and catch him before he joins his team, but with Tiny and Spiderlings going into their base, they have the TP.
Still, this is like the worst idea. It's nighttime. You don't smoke and go uphill during the night, guys. Especially not when they have vision already in place like this. Jim Park just shows up, almost finishes off, you go immediately. They have the infest over onto Illick. Illick looking for the chomp. Will be able to go get one of these kills, but is going to end up getting passed around a little bit, ping-ponged around. Hoodwink trying to do whatever they can to keep him alive. It's just proving to be a bit difficult. So So they'll get themselves Ill-Ignite now on the run. Jim Park back here. Nice pit of malice will be able to hold the Hoodwink into place.
Fantastic fight somehow. They managed to disarm the
how.
Brood there. Brood used her BKB and tried to fight back, but the disarm being a BKB piercing effect from the Lifestealer made sure she couldn't regenerate, couldn't get her HP up, and nobody could really save her. The most important part of the fight, though, is a very small thing. The techies rushed up and put a ward on that high ground. The first thing he did, onto the cliff, gave them really nice information for where everybody was in the fight. And then they just, did a great job of focusing down Brood without anyone really being able to save her. I think Brood could maybe have run away with her BKB immediately instead of fighting, because she thought that she could hit and get her life back. But look at this, yeah. So she's committing in. Like, right here, if she just runs away instead, I think she lives. But she commits in, and the disarm is too big.
The cask, too, on top of that. I feel like Park wanted to get in there, but just was starting to get knocked around.
Yeah.
Pushback almost getting him enough time, but I don't know. I feel like that's a cardinal sin. Like, you don't smoke in at nighttime with no vision. So thank God he put that ward up, like you said. That was huge.
Yeah, sometimes you have to, though. You have to defend your area. You gotta defend your turf. You can't allow your opponents to sit right outside your base with heroes like Brood and Tiny. That's how you just lose your barracks in no time at all. So they went for a risky move. It worked out really well for them. I think this Abyssal as well, Lifestealer, is very, very nice for just locking down a target long enough that they can kill them.
It's a very neck and neck game.
Yeah,
Feels like.
It's feeling pretty close right now.
Still, I want to see the shard on the Witch Doctor.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he's still holding at this point, to be honest. He is a very patient man with his neutral, sitting at 1,300 gold right now, working on a Lotus Orb. Could buy the entire thing if he cracked it, but, he's in no rush. The Doctor takes his time. It does give a lot of value later on in the game. I mean, the death cost goes up a lot as you go late game, and not losing any gold if you were to die, it's pretty good. It's also like an extra Philosopher's Stone, essentially.
Right.
Mother pushing out top. Zeus ulti even used just to scout out what's going on here.
Yeah, they haven't had really good eyes on them in a while because they've been kind of dancing in that bottom lower portion of the map on the side of Midas.
The two supports of Midas are starting Roche. They're gonna take it on their own.
That voodoo festoration, man, it's too strong. In comes the rest of the team.
Happy to help out here, try and do it. They don't have the fastest Roche without Pango being nearby. Meanwhile, a lot of farming being done by the Radiant squad.
Yeah, what's the next item of choice for these guys? What are they waiting on?
Well, some of the big things, Brood did go for the BAT talent, so he did hit level 25. He's looking pretty strong now. Can really hit quite fast. Zeus halfway to level 25, working on that Prosma still. Has to hold him, hold his buyback as well. Needs a little bit more gold. And Lincoln's on Brood. I think that's the massive, massive thing for next fight. If he can block the Lifestealer hopping into him, that would be big. But Lifestealer has his own Lincoln's trigger too. You can just press W first.
That's true. Top lane, Hoodwink giving pursuit. They have the Atos though. He's gonna hop away. He's the sharpshooter. Harpoon comes in. And nice, guys in the Gleipnir is gonna be forced to use that mountain to try to get out of it. This is a dead Hoodwink, but definitely led them on a merry chase to get that point.
Yeah, he does go down in the end, working towards BKB next, it seems, on the Hoodwink.
Did they just leave the refresher shard in the pit? Like, they had a courier.
Oh, yeah, courier can't take it because there's no vision. I think he sent the courier on Lifestealer to try and get it, but you can't do that because you can't see anything in Roche Pit with a courier. It's a hard-coded thing. So if they go and check, I mean, there's no reason they would check on Radiant, but if they were to go in there, they would find a nice present. But yeah, I mean, they can swing back around for that whenever they get a chance to. They should do it before Roshan could spawn again, because then, Radiant could get their hands on a freebie.
Oh man, Costa's got so much stuff that he's got an Assault Cuirass in his backpack.
Probably gonna swap it with the face boots when the fight starts. You know, get himself some extra stuff.
Just snacking away here at the tower. He's got the rest of his team waiting behind him. Jim Park jumps in, and that's a big Thunder God's Wrath that gets used as an opening.
The Lotus Orb toss. Gotta watch out for that one. You could accidentally toss your teammate back in. Not gonna happen here, though. They're gonna be fine. Some cooldown use there in the Zeus ulti at least. Lifesteer got his 25 as well with that rage duration. Looks like Radiant are coming out to fight, smoking into this.
4-man smoke. All 5 now, pushing them out of their jungle. Using the spiders to
He's going
get
for the
some
refresher.
information.
Pango, he's reclaiming it, but Witch
Come on,
Doctor in
Pango!
danger.
Pick it up! There we go. It looks like King RD is going to be the one who falls for it, though.
Yeah, trade him. It's fine. He's just building more gold, you know. Oh no, wait, he did crack it.
Oh, did
no.
he?
He already cracked it. He didn't get more gold this time. Yeah, he cracked it for the Lotus and the Holy Locket as well. Curious to see the Holy Locket picked up when you don't have the heal for allies.
Yeah, you're only healing yourself.
That is a bit odd to me. I guess you get a lot of healing, but yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I feel like that's not for this facet.
That feels greedy. He's like, I will keep myself alive, team. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I am the core.
I mean, it's 1,800 gold spent to upgrade your magic stick. 1,800 extra gold on top of it to get the Holy Locket, and I just don't really see the value when you can't heal your teammates. I don't know. A little bit confusing to me. Someone might enlighten me about what's the value in that. Self-healing wise, you know, 1,800 gold, you're close to a Dagon then. Just buy a Dagon instead and you get the spell lifesteal for your W.
Yeah, I don't know. Not 100% sure on that one either.
Could just be a habit, you know, perhaps from playing Witch Doctor before. Like, oh yeah, I like this item. We see Radiant eyeing up the Tormentor. It's slain one of their friends before. MJC is staying far back this time. He's like, I'm not staying too close to this thing.
I mean, they should have enough damage here this time around, yeah. So MJZ this time will get himself the fire shield as he gets the shard.
Oh, Tiny is spotted. He's under a ward right now. He does have BKB, but that's not a save against this Infest coming in.
No, with the roll forward, the Infest. Oh, he blinks away at just the right second. He BKBs. He's trying to get out. They have to be careful though, because they do have the bash. Oh no! Parky is left all alone, and he's just trying his best to fight through it, but just with a 5-man hit squad like that, no way. Absolutely no way.
He gets caught out, and that's a huge kill. 100 seconds here for him before he gets back, and now they're just gonna beeline down bottom. Radiant already drawing. He's like, push mid and top, guys.
Guys, make something with my death.
Yeah.
He does not have buyback either.
Broodmother's gonna try and split push, but you know, there's a pretty strong defender in the Underlord.
Yeah.
Those spiderlings will only feed him more aura.
I'd go for that bushwhack over onto Costa. It's just so hard to get anywhere near him currently. Okay, gonna see Illic coming back. Blast over onto Costa. He does have the Aegis for another 6 seconds. Does have to be a little bit careful. Not sure if they can burst him down fast enough. 2-1 Aegis reclaim.
Oh my lord. Or I guess Skate coming in? He has them.
No. Don't know. Tiny's still down for 40-something seconds, so they have some more time. They do have to be careful, though. The Infest heal up again off of King RD, who's just kind of walking around here. BKB comes out from Slatoms.
Oh, they're committing.
They really like to go in there. Thunder God's Wrath, there it is, though. The hit over onto Slatoms, push back. Costa, and you can see now 4DR, he's diving quite deep. Slatoms, he's just getting ripped apart into pieces. There's not going to be a Zeus. Oh, unless he buys back, which he does. He go getting chopped away here by Illic. Illic doing a decent amount of damage. Has to be careful, though. Does not have a... Oh, he's getting just punched away inside. Now Costa, look at this damage coming out from those Brood Mothers. Now they're going to chase down 4DR. Tries to go for the save. Can't get out in time, though. They had the vision. They saw him. Nice try with that harpoon for safety, but not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, Lifesteer getting a little bit too aggressive there, thinking that he's going to be fine. Costabill does get taken down, so big turnaround now, and Tiny already rushing down mid, wants to get something more out of this. Every hero does have buyback, but this is not something you know, easily want to spend. I don't think they have a choice, though.
We'll start with the Pango. Pango does not have the Rolling Thunder for another 20-something seconds. Needs to be careful too, King RD. He does have his shard though now. He's got that voodoo switcheroo. Look at the cleave.
It was more than twice as big
bonkers.
before. He got up to 700 or 800 on that number, by the way. It was absurd, like 3 screens splash.
I believe it. I believe it. Techie's going to be up in 15 seconds, and they do have buyback if necessary to use on the Lifestealer. A couple of these cast bounces throughout the Gleipnir over onto 3. See, there's an opening here where Illick takes the bottom racks. Needs to be a bit careful again. That rolling thunder coming on through.
Oh, buy on
Searching for something to grab here. Grabbing over on tonight onto the back lines. So King RD was getting munched away. Illick's going to try to teleport out. Not going to be able to do it in time as the chase is on. Jay-Z, he's all glimmered up. Looks like he should be able to get out to safety, but did end up losing half of a racks here.
Some confident chase there. I didn't think that was going to work out so well for them, but again, this Underlord showing his value, just hopping in behind the enemy as well. And Pango looking really strong at this point. Didn't even need to use his pressure to win that fight. Just consume up the Aghanims now, gets his power treads back in. Might as well spend out his gold since he already bought back earlier. That's the only thing they have to be careful about here. They did use buybacks on Lifesteer and Pango.
Well, they're going to have to use their own buybacks if they want to try to get them off their buildings. And that Lotus over onto Costa. Caught back on the Tiny. They like holding it still. Looks like they're okay with possibly letting this tower go.
In smoke on Tiny, so he's looking to set up somehow. He can catch the Witch Doctor, probably the best target for him.
Phantoms circling around. 4DR on the back lines, waiting patiently. Okay, the jump over onto Costa. In comes Park. Toss up into the air. Another just throw here as they get Costa. No buyback on the Lifestealer. They want King RD. This Pit of Malice slows him down just a little bit, but maybe not enough. Slaughter takes too much damage. He is going to fall. Illick will buy back. Wants to get into this fight. The Witch Doctor also buying back.
Oh my god, that fight. Pango doing so much work. Shield crashing through here. No way to burst him. It was a nice coordination there with Hex from the Zeus and jumping in with Tiny BKB. So even Lotus didn't do anything to save the Lifestealer. But yeah, 2 heroes down now with no buyback. Looks like Radiant are looking for more. Hungry for blood with the Tiny.
Yeah, they're hoping that perhaps someone
the
will
DD
come
rune.
down, try to... Oh,
That is the blessed Gaben rune.
that is indeed.
Are they going to show mid? If they do, oh, Tiny's...
Oh, FCR, you are in so much danger. The bushwhack. Still? Look at this. Look at Parker. He's like, I think I can get a better angle if they come across here, but they smoke on their own. And again, they don't have Lifestealer for another 60-something seconds.
He's splitting,
in fact,
though.
Park, where are you going?
Yeah, he's leaving his team. He doesn't want to fight because he doesn't have BKB up. It's, you know, the DD rune is super nice, but it's quite easy to control him as well. Since they have all these different tools to deal with him. If he doesn't have BKB up, then a simple Underlord could just, you know, press W and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, he does teleport down and away, because they were definitely looking at him up there.
Underlord and Techies are the only 2 with buyback right now. We saw everybody else spend their buyback last few minutes here. Game is in a very, very volatile state now. So Roche being up, that Aegis looks juicier than ever for both these teams. Pango gating down, but we also see Radiant rushing towards it. Both teams want this.
They do have a little bit of the edge, though. They're going to have that Lifestealer up in about 14 seconds, whereas Zeus just a little bit longer for him, but he does have that universal presence.
Tiny
Plus,
runs
he's got
into
this
them.
gate that he can, or rather the outpost that he can teleport to.
Yeah, they TP to their own outposts. Looks like they're ready to group up and smoke here. Yeah, they have one on Witch Doctor.
Yeah.
Pops the smoke, bring his Lifestealer as well. And
can they make this move here? Can they sneak up on them? Because it's pretty telegraphed that that's where everybody's going to be, right? No one's showing in any lane.
yes. Yeah, I mean, even pushing lane here in the smoke. They ping it. They know Underlord is there. But how do you stay here? Little fire shielded spider. You can do it. 1v1 Roche.
You know, drop their own wards. Everybody's feeling a little nervous about this.
I mean, they don't see anyone, so it's very hard from the side of Midas Club. They don't know where anybody is. They see Tiny now pushing the bottom creep wave.
Another refresher shard.
Good D ward here before Roche. Get that control.
Right.
And Techies.
They still have that spider in the pit, though.
Yeah, not anymore. It's dead.
They know. Oh, yeah, for sure.
But the tech is starting to control the area with mines
Thunder
too.
God's Wrath will cause them to scatter. They know that FCR is the closest to them.
Yeah, they have buyback on FCR. That's why he's standing on the front line here, using the heroes with buyback as baits. You see both Pico and FCR putting themselves closer to where the enemy should be.
God, they're so spread out. I'm trying to keep tabs on everything. It's so hard. Ghost is in the pit, though. He is making things happen. They're trying to build up some of these spiders.
They have started roaching, yeah, slowly.
King RD's helping. He's just got that Voodoo Restoration on the back line.
I think they have a good hold on this. We'll see how Radiant can contest it. It looks hard.
It's so hard, right? Because you got a Pit Malice and you've got a Pangolier. Like,
Okay, toss back.
don't want to fight in there. Okay, maybe they can burst down FCR fast enough, which will give them an advantage. Yes, they do. They take him out. Midas running back into the pit. Again, have to be so careful. There is a Pangolier. This is the dream of a Pangolier to have a fight in this pit where he can bounce around. Gonna jump out a little bit early. Jumps over onto MJZ. There's the buyback on the Underlord. He wants to be a part of this. Park, though,
Park
going
is
onto the
deep.
backline. Sees King RD. He's just caught between so much and the Infest. This is a disaster for this Tiny. He will die. There is no buyback. And I believe they have to back off on the side of Cuyes after this.
Oh, this could be a really costly move. Brood, you need to get on the push right now. You have to somehow
Go.
reposition yourself to the base. We see again Jim Park with the classic drawings after he dies.
Yep.
Push their mid. But yeah, this is massive for them. No buyback Tiny, 100 seconds. It is not going to come off cooldown either.
Are under attack.
I mean, the one saving grace is the fact that all lanes are shoved out currently for the side of Cuyes. It's going to take them a little bit longer to get all the way down.
Yeah.
Probably not going to take long enough for, you know.
A minute and a half is still a long time to be
Yeah.
defending here. He's going to go straight down mid lane here with the Underlord and Lifesteer sending some illusions to push top. This is definitely going to spell a push towards the mid racks.
No buybacks on anyone right now. The next closest is going to probably be the Zeus. The Zeus will have it in about 7 seconds, but...
Yeah,
And then Hiko has it available, just does not have the gold, it appears.
yeah. Costabilla has that Aegis though, so you know that's essentially like having the free buyback here.
Yes.
Why it was so
Without
important.
Tiny, I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this lane.
I don't really see the defense against them with, yeah, they have Chain Hex,
Yeah.
I guess, 2 hexes from the Brood and Zeus, but against that Lotus Orb, I'm not sure it can happen.
There's the roll. 4DR just gonna make some space, zone them out here. He's got himself the refresher shard, so he feels like he can do this.
Yeah, that's the rolling cooldown as well. One,
Best on himself.
not committing for the bottom range racks, swinging towards top instead.
The Wisdom Rune over there on the side too. They could get themselves a party favor on the way through.
Feels like they could maybe have gone that range tracks just to not have to deal with that later on. Tiny was still quite a way off his respawn, but they get themselves a nice advantage back out, and they keep enjoying the advantage of the Aegis here, now pushing in top lane.
You gotta remember, this is an elimination match, so you've got extra nerves going on this. You'd rather be safer than sorry.
Oh, double Wisdom Rune here. Big for the Broodmother.
Delicious.
Yeah, they've been fermenting for a while there. Who's thinking about the scouting ulti, but there's not really much they can do even if they get information on where Dire are right now, so might as well hold it for a team fight. Broodmother sitting there waiting. And we have only 3 minutes to go for minute 60, Moxie. We might see some
know.
big neutral items here, and there are a lot of really big potentials here. Like, I want to see a Giant's Ring for the Pangle.
I know that part's down here. They ping it out. Whew. Smoke. Heal. Just going to continue to start building the wave of babies.
We do see the opponents having Tormentor, and they're they slapped down the Ocean banner.
Stop down the banner, and they're committing. Go for the fortification. Couple clicks.
Missed the
Again, coming
rage.
up, whacking away.
Going. Can't really stop
It's a
this.
very slow, methodical siege.
Yeah, they do get the banner, so banner's taken down. At least the creeps won't stay there.
Just constantly tasering Costa. Look at a Science Stop and a Hex. Try to put a little bit of damage. Again, does have the Aegis, though.
Yeah, the double Lotus, it's so hard. 2 Glimmers, 2 Lotuses.
Rinse, repeat, right, guys?
Yeah. Name of the game here.
Fortification, just keep clearing out the waves. And they are achieving something. It's just very slow. Very, very slow.
Yeah, they're smoking out. They're trying to get to the Underlord. So Zeus gonna try and play aggressive here, pretending like he has his friends with him to sell
Does
the
have
gank.
buyback.
Yeah. This gank
We are getting
could work.
buybacks back up again. Come on. There it is. The find. The hits. Going for the BKB. Sharpshoot connecting. They need to put a little bit more damage over onto FCR. Should be able to do it, especially with the Hoodwink having what he has. But again, back here, Costa taking so much damage. The TVs are coming out. All right, that's going to be the Aegis. They got a lot done here. Hoodwink has a Divine Rapier. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
The
All
Rapier
right,
Hoodwink.
all right.
He's
Costa
clicking.
here. He can't. Can he get out in time? Oh, just barely about the skin of his teeth.
That was very close. Hoodwink has said, enough. We're going to be the carry this game. I am finally ready. He spent quite a while farming in this game as a Hoodwink, and he's scaling up. He may not be higher net worth than any of the cores yet, but he is definitely up there in terms of damage now.
There's a meme here somewhere, right? Just like when my position for Hoodwink shows up with the Divine Rapier.
Yeah.
Like, there's something here. I don't know.
He has the MKB queued up right now. I almost want to see him go Daedalus instead, though, for the crit value when you have the Rapier in hand. There is mischance, of course, but I think you take that trade. Going down towards the mid lane. Underlord doesn't have buyback. Nowhere close to getting it either.
Just hold off, boys. Hold off, lads. Get those new neutral items.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
You might as well. Might as well. Starve them out. Oh, they're going for it. See Park. Stuns off. There's so much damage. He's just obliterated.
Dear Lord. Once you get hit by that Naldic there and the Death Ward comes out as well, just no way. No way to stay alive.
Wandering.
Yeah,
Felt like he was wandering really close to the high ground.
That was a
there.
good ward. Good ward on low ground place. The Observer
Yeah.
ward spotted him out, and then they punish him. So again, good read by the supports. Maybe we can punish something here. So not only don't they lose anything for Unlord being dead with no buyback, they actually set themselves up to do something now with the Tiny. Definitely allow them to farm the neutral items, both teams.
Here we
Trying to
go.
find. See what they get. Have to keep an eye on all the neutrals. Ogre found himself an item. Looks like he sent it home. He checked what he had, and then he sent it home to base. So what a boy. That's a real support. Who does he give it over
MJZ,
to?
man. He's a very sacrificing
Oh,
support.
he gave it to Tiny. Tiny already picked it up. He has MGC's neutral item ready, and
Yeah.
see what Brood gets to. He's ready to unlock something. Already we see one of those nasty items, the Mirror Shield on Witch Doctor. 2 Lotuses and now a Mirror Shield as well. Gonna be pretty obnoxious to play into.
It's like a seer stone too, up on Slatums.
Oh yeah, not a bad one.
No, indeed.
That cast range for the Hex in particular can be really big, and we have the Book of Shadows from Techies, which can obviously keep people safe in a really good way as well. That's one way to save whoever gets jumped by this Hex combination they're trying to throw out there.
Giant string for Tiny. Big boy Tiny.
Oh boy. And Brood with a pirate hat, so that attack speed. Oh god, she hits fast.
Oh, gee.
Oh dear lord, that is some attack speed. Yeah, she's maxed out. She's at 700, and her BAT is improved as well
Holy.
during Insatiable Hunger. So she's gonna hit even faster than this when she clicks Q.
It's a chain gun right there. My goodness. I just imagine a spider with a pirate hat though, and it's so ridiculous. I love it.
Looking
Got
crazy.
Apex for our Hoodwink.
Okay. And Giant's Ring on Lifestealer as well, so gets himself some movement speed there. Big stealer. Also having that free pathing is really big. Can allow you to make some wraparounds in some place. Tiny looks enormous now on top lane. He's coming in with the Bloodlust and the Giant's Ring. It's like they're in
He
demo
hasn't even
mode.
hit the BKB yet. He's gonna be most of my screen. I'm not gonna be able to see what's going on.
Yeah.
God, it looks like he's being held together with like twine because he's so large.
That was This massive Tiny reminds me of playing with one of the Liquid coaches, Jabs. He was playing a game of Pudge with Giant Ring. I was playing some small hero sitting there under him with the small item. I was sniper. I took the small item with sniper, and he said, "Hide under me. They can't right click you." It worked out great until the enemy had splash damage, and I just died anyway. But they actually couldn't right click me. The opponent said it was very frustrating. I sat under him.
That's very funny. Yeah, it's hard, right? Like, you look at him right now.
Yeah. The way you see both teams kind of just vying for control and, you know, still finishing up some things here.
So suddenly become attack on Titan.
I like the force boots as well here on the Underlord. That's very useful for him, getting the ability to reposition a bit, get some dispels for himself as well. See him even using it to farm. It's super low cooldown. This game is looking very tense right now if you're Radiant. You have this Rapier on Hoodwink, so you feel super strong, but at the same time, you have seen what can happen when they leave base. Yeah, you get jumped by this Pango. There's not really a counterplay. Pango Lifestealer with Underlord gating in. Their cores have great assassination value.
Definitely feels everybody has buyback at this point, so this next fight is going to be one heck of a slugfest. But I feel like it's just like you said, the tension is palpable with these two teams because nobody wants to drop a game. This is the lower bracket. We'll say lower bracket. That always sounds nicer than losers bracket.
Yeah.
This is lower bracket, and you could get
bracket.
eliminated, and you don't want to drop a single game. You want that comfortable extra. Hopefully it's a 2-0 for you, but. Just in case.
Game 1 is very important. Momentum is a real thing in Dota for sure. It's easy to ride off the high of a previous win to then just take a 2-0 in a game. We've seen a lot of 2-0s here in this qualifier. Bottom Roche is going to spawn in 18 seconds, and we see they've already built like an entire minefield here. Hiko is securing the area. Doesn't seem like there's any way to contest it really for Radiant, so they're just farming towards whatever they can get at this point. The Refresher Zeus has the double hex, of course.
I don't like how far away Parker is from everybody else. I feel like I've seen this before. And all of a sudden, everybody shows up.
He's gonna get temptations too. He's gonna be like, I could blink into the enemy base, surely. Look at Lifestealer.
He's very aggressive. Speaking of aggressive, Lifestealer just wants to finish this up, but TPs are coming out. Needs to be careful. There's gonna be quite a few people over here. Finds his opening, tosses immediately over onto the techies, toss up again, not quite enough damage though, as now they're going to try to force him away, buy some more time, that pressure going up, MJZ's just getting cut apart, and the rolls are real here as FCR joining in, finds himself Knight over in the corner, knows that he's got that Divine Rapier, and they want it, they'll get the kill on the hook, drag back over onto Slatum.
Rapier.
It is indeed on the ground, everybody has too much stuff in their pockets, they gotta empty them out fast enough. Illick. Tiny, they're back. They bought back over on the Hoodwink. She's not happy that she lost that Rapier. Who ended up picking it up? Was it the Pango? Did he manage to get it?
Yeah, Pango got it, and not a bad item for him to have. He's hitting for a lot right now.
Yes.
Maybe you would want a Lifestealer more, but I mean, you're happy to take this on Pango. He's been having a really good game, hasn't died much at all, and this is gonna make his ulti do a tremendous amount of damage. I'm curious to see when this thing hits. Yeah. Total attack damage as damage is 100%. It has a base damage of 200, and he has 800 damage, meaning every hit from the ulti is 1,000 damage at this point. Physical. So, yeah, it could definitely...
That's a lot.
Could definitely burst people pretty fast.
All right, well, they have this advantage. They're into the Roche pit over on the side of Midas. Should make short work of this. You can see the rest of Cuyes are trying to just push out these lanes now, trying to get a little bit more space. It's very difficult coming with this next fight. So we've got the Aegis, we've got the Blessing, and we've got the Cheese.
We'll see who takes what here. They don't have Aghanims on the Witch Doctor. Could be a big one, I guess. Doubt that we wanted on Techies more than that. So yeah, Witch Doctor gonna be the one to pick it up here, seems like. Or is it Techies? It is Techies.
It is Techies. All right. Minefield sign.
Yeah. I mean, Minefield could be good for controlling the AoE in the fight, I guess. I'm just surprised that Witch Doctor is not priority here.
I like how Tiny's like, I'm hiding. And it's like, you are the entire screen, Tiny.
You're taller than the trees, Tiny. How does this work?
You're a mountain hiding.
Hiding behind the light posts.
Mm-hmm. The shack me. What? Ooh. Spooky stuff. Spooky.
If Lifesteer gets to click the infest on him there, that's already dangerous. You might get bashed from inside. It'd be problematic. You see Radiant using their, or Dire using their gem here to D-ward. 370 gold for a D-ward at this point. You get half your gem back for a single D-ward. Pretty nice. Tiny, having intrusive thoughts here. He is really toying with danger here, just going in. Oh, he was spotted. Yeah, there's a ward on that high ground, Tiny.
There's BKB.
Where's the gem, though? Where's the gem? They need it.
Get away, trying to break some ankles here. Oh, Tiny. What are you doing, buddy?
Oh no, Jim Park again gets caught in an awkward spot. I really feel like this game, you know, he's been looking for stuff, he's been hunting for stuff, but it has not worked out at all. This is not the first time we see him die alone in an awkward position. Lifestealer, enormous.
Do you feel like
down mid.
Does he need to be making these risks by himself? I'm not sure about this. I feel like, is it frustration? Like, you know, maybe I can find some. I feel like they're never alone.
Yeah, I feel like
FCR.
against
FCR is alone, but
against an Underlord, it's so risky to do this because anytime you get spotted, there's going to be multiple heroes there very quickly. I feel like he's taking a bit much risks, perhaps. Yeah.
He's gonna have to buy back, I think.
Looks like they might not be able to defend here. They don't. FCR hops out. He has the Aegis. Has people behind him. I think he's safe to push this high ground here. He just needs his team to tell him, like, we got you, buddy. It's hexed up, but...
Tossed down, Lotus.
Yeah,
Tossed on. Jumps forward. Again, you see the use of that gate. Being able to go find this opening, the drag back over to Slabs, and MJZ Slabs got to get out of there. MJZ ticks down though, ends up falling. He's already bought back, so he cannot buy back at this time. That is mega creeps now. Almost 70 minutes into the game.
Yeah, mega creeps.
Just...
Not the end though.
Not the end. No, not by any means. But they need this Tiny.
Coming up, he's available now. No ogres. Is still playing into a number disadvantage here. I feel like they're gonna go.
They have the
Aegis.
rapier on Illic though.
They do.
And again, just trying to push them off. A little hop here from Slatums with the Hex. Going pretty far. He has to be very, very careful. Goes for the second refresher. Needs to be, again, like he's got the BKB, but they've got the Abyssal. They've got these bashes.
Oh, he's
Illic trying to find an opening. Chasing after Slatums. They're gonna lose the Zeus. Zeus buying back now. Illic trying to find an opening. Sees Hit go over to the side. Throws out the nuke, but still needs to get that vision on him. They've got the Zeus, so they should be able to chop through the tech keys.
Oh, Tiny walking over a mine. He gets caught. The gate! It stopped him.
Tiny! Oh god, it's caught him over here.
Oh no!
This is not good. The toss up, trying to man fight everybody, and they'll end up losing King RD. Illic, he's doing the damage, he's doing the work, but that Tiny's just so far away.
Oh no, that
Still has buyback. Still has buyback. Buyback now coming out from, I think that was a Witch Doctor? Yeah. Massive buybacks coming out.
Yeah, both supports on Dire, Pango as
And the
well.
tankies, yeah.
Yeah, they're mass committing for this. Still have the Aegis though. For 30 seconds here. Lifesteal could lead the way. I think it's a little bit scary for them to push in with a Tiny buying back as well, but if they can get the jump with Pango.
Jumps very far in. Illic seeing this opening, trying to chew away over onto Costa, trying to rip them through. Does have the rapier on him, but they're just making fast work of this cleave coming out from FCR. My goodness. Do you have a pause?
Adios, payasos.
Little tactical pause, perhaps? I don't know. Maybe frames are dropping. There's a lot of stuff on the screen.
I mean, yeah, it's unsurprising if they're having some issues. You know, this late into the game could happen. 71-minute game coming down to all is coming down to this. Very, very difficult hold to make here. 12 seconds for the Ogre. They do have Glyph, and they're holding it for the last second for the throne. If they push through this tower.
The courier just ended up going down too. What was that? Was that going to be a Wind Waker?
I didn't see what was on it. Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, Zeus. Yeah. Yeah, Zeus was.
That would have been very useful. Very, very useful. Tense game. Looks like Tiny has reconnected.
Yeah, he's back in the game. 16 seconds on the Aegis for Lifestealer, by the way.
Here we go.
Rude, the only Radiant player with buyback at this point. But she has
Nice
Rapier.
bushwhack over onto 2. They're chewing through this lifestealer. They managed to go land the sharpshooter. Needs to put some more damage. And this Tiny just rooted into place. Backing off.
Aegis
Eyes on
in
the prize
5.
coaster. He wants to take down this tower. Still standing. That's going to be the Aegis reclaimed. It looks like they'll respect it. They're going to back off a little bit. Do they go back in is the question. They're waiting. They're trying to think. Is this the time? Do we try for this? They'll send over some of the illusions. Try to nuke them down. Costa jumping forward. Finds himself. Illic though finding Costa. Turning back around a couple of hits. Will back off. You see the Infest Bomb over on the back lines. 40R had jumped pretty far in here. Sees himself Slav's going to move himself away. Heals over on the courier now. Rooted over here for Illic. Couple of these bounces. Another Hex going right again. As they find themselves Parker and they just grab him, hold him into place. They just chew through him too fast. There's no buyback on this side. He flat himself, running for his life. You can see on the back lines, they're trying to just hit this agent. They want to finish up this game. As now Illic again, BKB comes out, chomping away over on FCR. Knows that he needs to go after Costa though. Costa trying to make some space, get his way back. As 3 are rooted over onto the back lines, over by the fountain. Illic now is disarmed. Oh my god, they end up losing that. And it's GG. Will get called in the 72-minute game here. Midas Club, they managed to hold it together and eke out this victory.
Started now, finally. We had a bit of a pause. Jim Park is usually a really exciting player to watch. Last game, he was trying to make the moves. It was just a bit too much 5-man Dota coming out from Midas mode. He couldn't really make it happen, so they had his number.
Did you say Midas mode?
Oh, yeah, I keep saying that.
Slacks is paying you every time you slip that into the broadcaster.
Well, you know, I'm a Midas mode champion. Actually, am I reigning champion? They never did a Midas mode 3. Yeah, I'm reigning champion.
Oh god, who was it? One of the guys had a dream that I think it was Hoff had a dream that we did Midas mode 3 and it killed Purge because of all the craziness and the stress that went on behind the scenes on that. We're glad that everybody enjoyed it, but whew. I would not be surprised if Midas Mode 3 killed Purge.
Yeah, I mean, definitely would be a lot of fun. I think they had a great setup, honestly. The whole system they had back then with buying heroes in the drafts and the low contest rate heroes were cheap as hell. Like Clinks, I remember we bought him for like 3 gold, I think. Meanwhile, Alchemist was like 1,400 gold in the draft. It was a cool system. Big shout out for that.
A lot of numbers going on, but a bit of a skirmish right off the bat here between King RD and Knight. They're gonna go and just get a denial on their ward in the mid lane, and Costa fighting here with Illic. He's gonna walk away from these brambles, not a problem. Park taking harassment here. It's gonna be forced to use that time walk, and
oh no,
we're already seeing how potent this lane's going to be.
They could keep him from getting to lane here if they just run up. Looks like Laundry doesn't want to stick around here, leaving just the Tusk, and he's gonna go straight to the lane instead on Lone Dread. Wants to make sure he gets in position to see us. Void gonna be late.
Huge Hiko fan on this hero. He's very, very good with Tusk.
Yeah, I think Tusk is underrated this patch as well. Everyone is looking towards Clockwork, but you know, the Clockwork cousin, as I call it, the Tusk, they basically play the same style, and he's still very good too.
I'd like to see more people take drinking buddies, mostly because it's just very amusing to look at. Not gonna lie. Uh-oh, MJZ.
Gonna get clicked here.
Those shards. Quite a few clicks, that's for sure.
Good bit of damage. Barely took any damage themselves, and going over to fake the body block while having a sentry down as well.
Circle is struggling a little bit here. No, that's a very, very dead.
Yeah, he tried to stay alive with the Bramble Mace, but a little bit too late. King RD bullying the lane now. This lane off to a good start. Like I said, Weaver has to have a good game here to counter out the Faceless Void. Getting himself a First blood for his carry. Not bad.
Top lane pressure being placed
Oh, Willow,
on further
a
to Jim
dieback.
Park. Oh, bottom lane Knights. King RD barely making it out alive.
Oh no, that is...
This is a disaster for the Cuyes.
Yeah, now he's completely on top as well. Void doesn't have time walk, getting body blocked here.
Yeah, they are just constantly clicking away over at him and MJZ. There's a lot of harass. And like you said, Void does not like playing against just like all these clicks.
No, continuous slow damage like this, it's the worst thing for him.
It's honestly only so much that MJZ can do with this Crystal Maiden as well, because, you know, maybe you can get a freeze off, but not gonna have much mana to work with either.
Yeah, and he hasn't
Unless you go
skilled
into
up
those
anything.
consumables.
I think he has to skill up the Arcane Aura here since he has no mana to even use both the spells, even if he had them. Yeah, he does skill it up finally.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to be too aggressive with that lane, not with the way that they're playing and going through all this region. Bramble gets dropped by Knight. He's still, God, he's still sitting at level 1. That feels bad. You want that Shadow Realm so you can kind of dodge away, but...
Yeah, complete free farm for the
tough.
TB down here.
Us is happy. I'd be happy.
Yeah, King RD took a little bit of right clicks there. Lotus coming up, both the sides going for it on both lanes.
I don't think you can risk it on the side of Cuyes against King RD here.
Yeah, no, it looks like they are gonna get both the Lotuses. Big win here for side of Midas Club.
Chase is on. They're just bullying Park here.
Yeah, he only has 8 CS. This lane is... It's so rough. You hate to see it. You hate to see how last pick Lone Druid when your face is Void. It's the worst.
Yeah, FCR well known for this too, so just not suspecting that it would be coming up.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing he definitely knows what he's doing on this hero, so impressive play so far. The lane is really nice.
MJZ caught in those shards again. Taking down, doesn't really have anything to help herself because again, she doesn't have any mana. Almost
lucky
managing
roots.
to finish off here, but
Not a single root there, hitting for so long. See him gonna survive, but what kind of a life is it? No HP, no
I mean,
mana.
you kind of want to go back to base, honestly. You don't want to give them a kill, but...
There's only one way your support walks back to base, and that's in a coffin.
I would like to point out that the first blood was not Crystal Maiden this game. We talked about it being, you know, always Crystal Maiden. It was not. It was the Dark Willow.
That just means she failed her maidenly duties. She must feed the first blood, or get it.
Do you have the Shadow Realm this time?
Really?
They're diving for it though. King RD. Oh, King RD! Too greedy. Too greedy. That's a King RD though that I know.
Minigame cleared by Costabile. Doesn't get caught. Backs up through the Bramble Maze here. This is how you gotta play Weaver though. You gotta be a little bit, you know, on the aggressive side if you're gonna play it.
Just remember the Pain Gaming days when he would be playing position 4 and just running in with his body and just going way too far. And you could almost hear him like yelling, just like, come on, let's go.
He just stole a CS by running in and delivering the items to TB, but it was in Shikuchi, so he took a CS. It's like, oh, sorry, didn't see that. The cost of speedy delivery, I guess.
And he's gonna make a rotation towards this top lane now.
We have not really said anything about mid, so a quick mention on the mid lane. You know, it's a Dragon Knight versus a Zeus. It's not really that exciting. That's why we're not focusing on a Zeus. Walking back to base now, getting a refill. Gonna TP in mid and get his level 6. And that could be big for the top lane dive here.
The dive onto MJZ plus the swarm. A couple clicks will do the trick, and they're gonna try to snowball their way over onto Barker. This is a little bit spooky for him. Does have that time up, but he's stuck in the corner with Hiko, with King RD. Blood Grenade's gonna get tossed out. Shikuchi coming through. This is a big kill if they can get it, and they'll find it. King RD, MVP so far here in this game.
Yeah, doing
100% kill participation, yeah.
Doing a great job.
Steadily in an awkward position here because they recognize he's not here anymore. We can punish this. In fact, that Shadow Realm very much coming in hot for his face.
Yeah, both him and his illusion go down there, and that's a lot of creeps he's gonna miss as well as they're pushing on the tower. Oh, Dragon Knights.
Another find over on the side. Hiko's got the snowball, has his eyes over onto MJZ. King RD's gonna run back in, throws up Swarm. Thunder God's Wrath will be able to help get the kill, as King RD somehow going to be able to manage to get away scot-free. Hiko's just gonna Fry running away here. Does have the Dragon Tail. Probably going to end up dying for this.
Slowly.
He's got that one. He's got the shards. Corrosive though. One more. There it is.
Okay, that's a bit of karma. He doesn't high ground miss there. He did high ground miss onto the Weaver. That's why Weaver survived. So, you know, you lose one, you gain one at least. You see why Dragonite is pretty strong there. Two supports can't really fight into him. A little bit tough for them. They need some help from Zeus if that's gonna happen.
Got the Wisdom Rune pick up.
No, 1 for 1 this time. No steal.
Got level 5 on Parker. It's been a little bit of a tough lane for him. As again, King already coming back up here. They see Knight. Poor Knight is living this nightmare over and over where he just keeps getting ripped apart by this Weaver. The Frostbite coming into play. Should be a dead Hiko. Although he's got the Snowball. They're going to wait patiently. Maybe might be able to get away. Yeah, it's going to be pretty difficult though. As again... There is no Chronosphere yet over on Jim Park. King RD, oh, he's so low. They want it.
One hit.
Shadow Realm, can they get it? Yeah, it's not even going to bother with it.
Oh, that is so big for Void. I mean, he's got so little farm this game. Getting a last hit on a kill like that feels really good. Honestly, he's not far behind from the Lone Druid, though. Lone Druid is focused maybe a little bit too much being aggressive. Oh, as I say that, Time Walk was used.
Yeah. Snowball coming in, chasing after Jim Park. Can they get a root or anything? I mean, he figures he's probably dead here, so he might as well try to get something out of it, and that's worthwhile. It's FCR, though, taking a lot of damage. The TP from Slatum's causing problems. Knight with the Brambles should be able to finish off the Lone Druid.
Big move coming in there on the Dragon Knight's bottom lane. Weaver thinking if they can do anything to his Underlord. Not the strongest duo, the TB and the Weaver, but perhaps they can.
With the meta, I think they should be able to. Chasing after him. Do they go for the dive under the tower? Ah, they don't even need it. Remember, they've got a Zeus and the synergy call out.
Synergy. Surprised they didn't go for. He didn't go for a TP out immediately there. No TP cancels on them the moment they go on him. If he TPs quickly, he could use his gate to get back on the lane even.
A little bit of a smoke coming out here on the side. RD and Hiko. Circling over to that top portion of the jungle. Seeing what they can find. They will run into MJZ again, potentially. King RD's grabbing up the bounty rune first. They'll walk right past her. Maybe...
I saw the Weaver under a Ward Tusk too, both in vision here.
Oh, yeah. They have to be careful. The root into place. They drop the sentry. Can they finish off MJZ before the death, though, is the question. Yes, they will. Weaver's already run away, so it looks like it's going to be Hiku, who most likely is going to end up dying for the sins of King RD.
Another kill for Jim Park. He did make a long move over to join for this, but importantly gets the last hit, so back to farming he goes. He's trying to work on a Mask of Madness as his first item. Very standard item build here, and a double Wraith Band when you're against the Tusk and Lone Druid lane, trying to mitigate the physical damage.
Costa's having the time of his life down here. Currently top of the net worth, not really bothered. All the action's happening in the mid and upper lane, so he's allowed to farm. But the same thing can be said here for Illic. Illic occasionally, you know, getting poked here by Costa, but honestly more of a gentleman's arrangement. You farm, I farm, we occasionally smack. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah,
TB just clearing a little bit more, though, getting those jungle camps, like you mentioned, really flying ahead in net worth here. 1,200 or 1,100 ahead of the Dragon Knight, second highest. Dragon Knight, by the way, does have Blink now. Coming out on the Courier. Early Blink Dagger.
I wouldn't mind them seeing, like, get a bit aggressive with the Dragon Knight, and then, like, you have your Chronosphere on the Void.
Yeah.
Perhaps make something happen together with that? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he should probably swing towards top lane, look for fights there, but they do need CM too, and CM is hovering mid. Maybe they want to smoke towards the TB even. Since,
yeah, they smoke.
Yeah. TB needs to be contested. He's getting way too much farm. Zeus is in the area, though.
Zeus. They'll run to the Zeus first, I think. Not careful. Swinging a little bit tighter to the other side. They know what they want. TPs are coming out. They're also going to have Faceless Void coming down. Jump down over onto Costa. Going to go for the Sunder play. We'll back off a little bit. Wait patiently. There it is. There's the Chronosphere that we've been looking for. But do they have the damage? Can they get this Terrorblade fast? If he does not... Oh, God. Why? Why?
Oh, my God. The timing on this Tusk disconnected? Oh,
no.
Oh, that is horrendous. And he got
That
rooted.
is... Oh,
So Hiko is
Prime
caught in a
and
root
Midas.
now. He can't snowball yet. I think TB is dying no matter what here, but we'll see.
I don't know.
He might actually get away. The Zeus ulti looks hilarious right now. I mean, Ruben.
It does. You can see everybody just getting smacked with it. They want to finish him off. They'll be able to finish off Kosa. They'll be able to go grab the Zeus. And they'll kill MJZ on the back line. Snowball still going here, still alive. They're going to be able to try to chase after Jim Park. They don't have anyone else. Here's Illick running for his life. He's got a bear chasing after him. He's got a cockroach. Everything just wanting to kill the Underlord. Triple kill for King RD.
Wow. What a nice start for King RD. Gonna get himself close to his spirit vessel. Another pause coming out, this time from Dire. We need to talk about these pauses, man. Mouse? All right. It's time for Mouse.
Time for Mouse.
This does look like they're going to be able to just push bottom tower. Maelstrom is completed for the bear now as well. It should be coming in on the courier. He just sent it from his base. Going for a Mjolnir rush. So no Radiance this game. Wants to have that attack speed.
I like that, though. I'd rather see him go for this attack speed and like be very active early.
Yeah, I like it too. I think it's a good choice. The Radiance would be good against the Void and Dragonite since they auto-attack so much, but yeah, I trust in his decision here. I mean, he's the level 30 Lone Druid, so if he says this is the build, I believe in it. And, you know, Mjolnir does look really nice here. It gives a tremendous DPS increase.
He's looking pretty happy over there, too. You can see on his camera.
Yeah, he's got reasons to smile. This is a pretty smooth game so far. His carry is big. He had a good time in the lane himself. And, you know, Zeus is doing fine, I guess. Could be doing better, but yeah, everything looking pretty smooth for him. King RD, though, is probably the one happiest in this game.
Reminds me of the Hoodwink in the last game, right? The amount of farm that they ended up getting.
Yeah, for sure.
Just with all these kills underneath his belt. I want, like, he's got to have almost 100% kill participation rate at this point.
Oh, the Weaver? Yeah, he's been in 10
Weaver,
out of 11, so that's not bad. He missed a single one somewhere.
That feels so good if you are a Midas Club right now. You take not one, but 2 towers. A little bit of an opening though here as they want to be able to just shut down TB. He doesn't have the Sunder, so they'll be able to blow him up.
Yeah, that's a really nice catch by Illick there, just recognizing we can go on him.
Onto the back lines though. Again, Frostbite gets used over onto Hiko. We'll see that Crystal Maiden Ultimate getting used. Now as Tusk is going to be running away. It's not looking too great for him because they do have... Oh, all right, the Walrus Punch buys a little bit more time. Jim Park, nah, they'll be able to get the kill.
I'm not really sure what they were doing in there with both the supports. I mean, Weaver I can understand, but the Tusk feels like he has no business being that deep when they saw all the heroes mid.
I felt like maybe they thought that they could get themselves a quick pick off, but they just didn't anticipate how fast everyone would collapse on them.
Yeah, too grouped on Cuyes to really punish them like that. In a way, back to farming it looks like for them. Building towards an Orchid on the Dragon Knight. The Underlord does have that Rod of Aethys, of course. We talked about the item build last game. It's definitely the way to go about it.
Also went for the more standard of the facets this time. Went for the
Abyssal Horde.
Oh gosh, it's so tall that I can't even read it.
Yeah,
on
it
my
covers
screen.
the entire screen. Yeah,
That's actually so
but
funny.
basically, when you summon a portal, it will spawn necro units. These necro units will only spawn if there's actually units to hit. So, and if they spawn like that, you can use them to push tower as well a little bit. So essentially, if you ever want a rat with Underlord, you want to time your ulti in when the creep wave is next to a tower. Otherwise, you don't get any necro units hitting the tower with you. Just small detail, but mainly it's just some free value in the team fight, right? You gate in behind the enemy, and these necro units are going to hit the enemy heroes and help burn some mana, give some auras. Pretty nice.
And definitely a good thing to point out. You got to have those creeps, guys. Otherwise, no one's going to show up for work.
Yeah, or heroes, you know? It just needs to be a living
heroes, yeah.
targets.
Something.
Yeah, they don't spawn on buildings is all I know.
Nice double damage rune grabbed up by 40R. Black Drake complete. MJZ need to be a bit careful here.
Both teams looking pretty happy just to keep firing. But actually,
Bottom lane, Costa.
the gate.
Okay, goes for that Sunder. Latums, Terrorize coming into play from Knight. He's gonna be able to buy some more time. There it is. There's a Chronosphere. They're gonna use it. And they will get themselves a Faceless Void. Knight sitting quite low though. Oh, what a Cursed Crown. Grabbing multiple. Still probably gonna die here with that charge on her. But a quick hit and run. You lose the support, but you get the position one. You're happy if you're Cuyes.
Yeah, big kill to get there. He held the chrono for a while in the impart. Not sure if he needed committed or not, but in the end does have to drop it and they get the kill. What a good snipe for them, and immediately they leave the area. But with Chronosphere being down, we now see Midas Club just saying, okay, time to take towers. This is a goal for Lone Druid to just start hitting into these towers.
We'll make quick work of this top tower.
This Vessel Weaver, it's scary to fight in the jungle. Blood Grenade too.
Blood Grenade on top of everything else. For MJZ, he go chasing after. He's got the Shikuchi. Now he's on his way. Shard's not necessarily connecting, but the Snowball will. Just need just a little bit more damage. Kicker, he wants this. Dust is gonna get used.
He had to
Doesn't
get him.
matter. Time lapse away. And the pressure's on top. They end up using the meta. They know that there is no Chronosphere. They jump in from Slatums immediately over onto Costa. Can they burn them down? Yes, they can. As now FCR fighting here. Good Terrorize pushes them back. Not going to be enough, though, I think, to save that bear. No, they'll be able to pop back, but he's rooted into place.
Lone Druid
Comes right
smacking
back
the
up with
void.
the summon. A couple more hits there, and that is a dead Parker. Here they get more. Look at 40R. He wants this. Does up the lightning. King RD on the chase. Again, those vessel charges do quite a bit. Starts charging up. Little hop away from the brambles. Another root coming in. They've got the snowball. They're going to be able to maybe roll their way through. Get a little bit closer here to MJC. The bear
Willow,
chopping through
looking for a
Crystal
snipe.
Maiden. Willow, she wants to get the final hit off.
No.
Oh, it's not enough. It's not enough in the tower.
Oh, so close.
Oh my gosh.
Rod of Atos though, holding
Okay,
Lone Druid.
all right, yeah, and you've got the DKs teleporting back in the blink. The damage is there. This time they'll be able to go and collect two, as King RD is running for his life.
Yeah, he's gonna scurry away to the bottom part of the map. In the end, it works out really well for Cuyes here. It looked kind of suspect there at first. The first part of the fight wasn't the best for them. They burst the TB, but it came at great costs as well, taking the fight when they had cooldowns. But for being a fight without Chrono, that worked out really well in the end.
Yeah, surprised that it did as well. Because it feels like it's a very integral part. But you also have to remember how many roots they have. They have so many roots.
They do. Bramble
to be able to
Mace.
throw down and immobilize.
Bramble Mace and Pit of Malice in combination is just so disgusting to play into. And you really saw the damage coming out from the Underlord. Putting that gate in and, you know, just doing some work. Actually, it wasn't even gate. No, he just ran in with a Firestorm that fight. Sorry, he didn't even use the gate.
No gate needed.
But he almost has an entire pipe, which is a very early pipe against this Zeus. So Zeus is going to struggle to get damage done in team fights when pipe is coming out. Even going to do a good job protecting against the Mjolnir Lone Druid bear. Speaking of the bear, currently on vacation, but it's going to come back soon.
He's been working hard, you know? There it is. There's a summon.
That's a new one. See what neutral item he finds himself or his bear. His bear's name is named Mayu.
Mayu? All right.
Mayu.
Good name,
Yeah.
good name.
You can name your bears, you know, so you can always see what they call them.
Wasn't that what is it? Is one of the bears Mickey? Is that what?
Yeah.
What it was on Liquid?
Yeah, I think
Mickey
so.
Boo.
I think so.
They'll use the Chronosphere onto King RD. They want to just get him off the map, but again, it is now down. So this is an opening if Midas would like to use it. How do you feel about this? Do you think that was the
100%, I think so. That was a
Okay.
huge streak, first of all, so a lot of gold from the
True.
Weaver. And this early in the game, sure, you can play around the timing of no chrono, but at the same time, like minute 25 or something, if you have a kill in front of you and you want to use your ulti for it, just go for it. Void needs to accelerate his game and get those items going. So pick up like that, it propels him towards his BKB timing. Zeus went for the Meteor Hammer after the Phylactery. This is a bit different. Obviously gives a lot of mana regen now. We've seen a lot of Storms, and Timbersaws use it for the 75% mana regen amp. Haven't seen it as often on Zeus, but, you know, a bit different.
And that's always sort of the fun when you've had, like, you know, new patches, things are changing around a bit. The experimentation.
Yeah.
It's always fun watching China, I feel like, especially. Like, you see these weird interactions that they find, you're like, oh, man, that's sick.
Every region is experimenting a lot. It's funny that China is pretty creative nowadays because historically, like Dota 1 days, they were very traditionalist.
Rigid, yeah.
Yeah, they did not go for the weird plays or playing off positions.
Really?
He's under a ward.
Look, it's directly under a ward. They'll open up with the snowball, throw out a walrus punch, the roots into place. And that's a dead Underlord. Do manage to get that Tormentor, though, so Crystal Maiden will have the Crystal Clone for the next fight. It's really useful for pushing out waves, but that's another tower that's going to get taken down from Midas.
Yeah, quick tower here. The meta was committed pretty early, but they are looking to force them home at least here.
Oh.
There's a good ward behind them,
Crystal
though.
Clone. They got to get there. They do not have this Chronosphere up, though. That is a big opening for them. Potentially. They're continuing to just wail away. Mayu
Bear is
taking a lot of
kinda dying.
damage. Yeah, they're gonna lose that bear. They do have a summon.
300 gold towards the Dark Willow for that one. The Bramble Mace gets the last hit, so pushes her towards her Greaves that she's going for. And back and reset is the call here for Midas Club, as they already did lose one bear. Don't really want to take a fight again. They'll probably...
Slotums has his Orchid completed now, too. That's a big item.
Yeah, he did a good job blinking in and silencing the Tusk there before CM got caught. If he didn't silence, the Ice Shards might have trapped the CM and made sure she went down, but in the end, good reactions by him. BKB is finished on Void. A little bit of a pause again here. This time Hiko disconnecting.
Yeah, I don't know if they're... I don't think they're playing from a boot camp. I don't think Midas Club has... They're all in their respective places, if I recall correctly, so... You never know what's going on.
It looks like
you
it,
always
right?
pray... Yeah, you always pray for South America that, like, no one's just lost internet completely, because sometimes it just happens. We've had that happen. I think the Olacor used to have that happen. Anytime a big rainstorm would come through his town, we would lose him, which was too bad because at the time he was like one of the position 4s. Like his Elder Titan was legendary.
Yeah, it's rough.
There was just the problem of where you live, and the infrastructure makes a big difference. You have that problem with SEA a lot too, whenever they have their monsoon season.
Yeah, true. It's it's a tough thing when it's stuff that you can't really control. No matter what you do, it's like, oh, just have better internet. It's like it doesn't work like that. Sometimes power
even if you do
goes
have
out.
a boot camp, sometimes you still run into those issues, right? Because there was a team in Romania that was boot camping in Romania, right, for one of the qualifiers, and they lost power or internet or something.
Yeah, wasn't there like some years ago as well that happened to one of the South American teams? I think there was a boot camp team that missed at least a game. I don't know if it was a full series because
it was the one where they were up against Hokuri, because that's how Hokuri managed to make it forward. I think
right.
It's like a year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, I just remember it now that you mentioned it. That hopefully we don't have any team have their hopes and dreams crushed by something like that.
Well, it looks like Hiko was able to reconnect, but maybe something else is going on. Maybe the ping's super high. You never know with Brazil, because Brazil's huge. It is a huge area. So depending on where you are, you never know. You never know.
Yeah. We can do a little bit of an item check while we're here, though, and got a bit of a pause, a breather. We have Yules on the Weaver with the Spirit Vessel, and looks like he has queued up a Gleipnir, so he wants some aggressive capabilities. But like I mentioned, that Aghanim there could be very tempting as well in this game to keep people alive, especially TB has found himself getting bursted in this game. Other than that, we talked about the Greaves for Willow, basically completed, and Void has the BKB being delivered.
Yeah, BKB for Terrorblade is next on his wish list too. He's almost got enough for the Ogre Axe, and then he'll just need the recipe.
Yeah. And Zeus queuing up the Aghanim Scepter here after his Meteor Hammer, so gonna get himself that Nimbus available.
That's super, super good.
could be good to help catch the Faceless Void, or just, you know, prevent the Dragon Knight blink. If you ever get vision on him before he jumps, you can just Nimbus him and keep him out of the fight a bit.
I feel like Crystal Maiden's life is always like, the life of a Crystal Maiden is so standard, I feel.
It is.
Like, the Tranquil Boots, the Glimmer Cape, maybe a Force Staff if you feel real frisky, but
She's pretty
a lot
much...
of times you're poor. You're always poor and you're always getting the same items.
She's like pretty much the staple of a, you know, traditional support, low items, and then do the most that you can with that. There is some subtle... like elegant part to playing +5 with no item against like 5-slotted carries and stuff, and it's like, how can I be most useful while I run around with like a shadow amulet only against all these heroes? It's a different skill. It's a different you know, type of game that you're playing.
I've always been a fan too, depending on if it's needed, like grabbing up the bongo boots, right? The boots of bearing.
Yep.
Having those drum charges just to get in and out and
They're very nice.
and whatnot.
Yeah, very nice as well, not having your tranquils break when you get the bongo boots completed, because, you know, you do struggle with movement speed a lot.
Looks like we're getting closer and closer, though. This win rate probability has shifted 42 to 58% now.
Yeah.
We've gone back and forth. It was looking a little bit one-sided for a bit, but evening out.
We can see the Underlord queuing up an item that we haven't seen much in the pro scene lately, but, you know, was changed recently. I don't know if it effectively is much stronger for Underlord or if it's about the same. I haven't run the numbers, but yeah, Crimson Guard now blocks based on max health, not strength. I feel like I need Purge with an Excel sheet to tell me exactly at what threshold it is better now than before. I need to look at the comparison numbers, because I heard people say like, oh, Crimson Guard, it's so good on Centaur now. It's like, wait, didn't Centaur have insane strength? Why is it better now? I feel like...
Is this where we dial a friend, we text Purge, and we see if he can come up with the numbers before...
Exactly. Before the pause.
Before the pause.
Yeah, I don't know. I can have a look at it as well, see, but hopefully they get
so we're
back into the
asking
game
if Crimson
quick.
Guard is better now.
Oh, well, yeah, at what point is Crimson Guard better? What's the strength to health difference, right, that you want to have? Because that's the important part. I feel like ultimately it's quite similar. It's just one, you know, some heroes that end up with a really big HP pool, who happen to not be strength heroes, can now maybe
the text is sent. The text is sent. We'll see.
Perfect.
We'll see if Kevin's around.
Well,
and then I'll probably have like a giant thing to read.
Very nice. Good text a friend.
But we phoned a friend.
We'll see by the post game. I hope that he has run his simulations on it.
He's got that board like Charlie Day has.
Oh, Weaver in danger.
Yeah. He's got that freshly delivered mules here. It does have the time slot, the silence, the stuns. Nah, he's toast.
Yeah, not gonna get away from that. Good catch for them. Again, Weaver getting a little bit too aggressive. He was farming the Ancients. I feel like after a pause, it's so hard to keep track of what was going on, how dangerous is the area I'm in, you know, and maybe he kind of overstayed there. Not gonna blame the pause for it, but definitely, you know, makes it hard to stay focused on that. CM looking for something here.
Oh, there's gonna be the fear place there. And a lot of damage being used over onto the Tusk, as here it is. There's a Chrono over onto the back lines. Just gonna try to burst down this Terrorblade. They have the damage for sure. Still working over on this Underlord. It's taking quite a while. I'm not sure they're gonna be able to finish him off because he runs past the Brambles. All right, there it is. It's gonna be the Aegis getting used. Loudham's getting chipped away here by King RD. 40R waiting patiently. He's stunned up. Another couple clicks should be able to do the trick, though. They'll finish off the DK, and now there it is. That BKB, the bashes are real. Parker will finish him off, and King RD not gonna be able to finish off the Dark Willow.
In the end, Void does get out, but, you know, they did lose 2 of their cores at least before going out. It started out like a really, really good fight there, bursting out the TV, and then they just maybe overstayed a little bit. The important part, Void lived, got himself to safety, has the full Mjolnir now as well. Weaver, can he snipe the courier though? No delivery for him.
That replay, that opening that they found on Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, it looked good at
But then the
first, but look
immediate
at TB.
follow-up.
He just doesn't have a game. Every single
No.
fight is just this experience. You get chronoed, you get focused, and dead before anyone can save you. That's why I feel like Weaver going for this Sleipnir and aggressive approach maybe wouldn't be better than the Aghanim Scepter and like Lotus, that type of stuff. Just facing in though, looking for stuff always. Back in the game, he's trying to set up for the mid tower push. TB Metamorphosis.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And I don't think they're too eager to defend this. No chrono available. Unlord is feeling pretty strong, but the rest of his team, I'm not sure how ready they are.
Roots again coming in. The meta's pretty hard though right now, especially now that they have the... I feel like every time that the Chronosphere is down, they have this window of opportunity where they can get things done.
Yeah, and they're being pretty good about it too. Every time they've
Yeah.
been going for towers, trying to do something. So they're punishing the long cooldown. At the same time, though, we see a lot of farming being done on the side of Cuyes. They recognize if we're not going to fight, at least build our advantage. Willow has actually been working on these ancients for like 1.5 minutes now. She's just standing here.
Yeah, this is not a core Willow. Not a core Willow right now.
Not yet,
I do have a
Moxie, not yet.
Not yet. Right. This could be another 70-minute game here. Fam, who knows? I did get a response from Kevin, from Purge. He asked, do you mean that you own Crimson and is it better to buy HP or Strength? He says it gives block based on percentage of max HP, so whatever way you get max health would be good, more or less.
Yeah.
That's his official response.
Damn it, Purge, I want the specific numbers. Okay. Well, that,
But you're going to have to
thanks,
text
Purge.
him for the specific numbers, but
Obrigado,
our dial-up
Purge.
Purge worked out, so...
That is true. Any way to get HP. Also does mean that like Lone Druid, for instance, if he goes true form and then pops Crimson Guard afterwards, or even has Crimson Guard on his bear, it would be a ton of damage block. But obviously not the priority here. He needs to get some damage. He has queued up the Aghanim Scepter, so looks like he wants to get that Aghanim Scepter for the bear. I can only assume. I don't think he's gonna go for the other one.
Ooh, there's an opening. They found themselves a Weaver. They even used the BKB, but just used the Yules to buy him a little bit more time to try to run away. No, he's gonna run into everyone. The time lapse. He's just so slippery. King RD, is he gonna be able to make it out? It looks like he is. They're not gonna go and use that Chronosphere for just little old King RD.
Man, that is like 5 heroes running there. A B can be used on Dragon Knight, and Dragon Form popped so
big.
much space, King RD, and he doesn't even die. Even if he died, I actually think it could have maybe been okay. But now it's definitely amazing for his team.
But like, do you smoke now that you know that the BKB's down on that DK?
You at least
You've
want to
got
make a
the
move.
Aghanims completed too over on Zeus. Like you've got some really nice things
Yeah,
here.
they're
Some nice tools to use.
smoking.
Yeah,
They're
there it is.
popping it.
All right, 3 on the move, grabbing the bear, grabbing the old man.
Yeah, but the fact that they're not
Grabbing the coastline.
hitting the bottom tower kind of makes it obvious that they're smoking right now, because that would be the other play. It's either push bottom or smoke gang. You see that line being drawn? They already
Yep.
know. Jim Park, I think he is saying they're going like this, but they're not
And that
leaving. They want to fight this.
Radiant's top tower is under
Okay.
attack.
it's tricky doing this at nighttime too when you don't have vision on them. Smoke on smoke. All right, all right. I like it. Do you have Chronosphere available? No BKB here for... Okay, oh, wow, right into everyone. Thunder God's Wrath's gonna get used. That reveals so much. Goes on the back line, uses his own BKB. Here you go, fighting off with 3. We've got 2 different fights going on. As now he
Chrono coming
goes...
in?
Oh, the Thunder play coming in! Oh my god, they managed to get the kill. And now Kosa, he's stuck inside yet again, but... he is going to survive this as they're hunting now. They want 40R. The Blink 4 coming out from Slaughterhouse. They just do too much damage. Triple kill for Jim Park. A Sunder coming out, running right back in and forth, using this Faceless Void. But the BKB's back up on Slaughterhouse now. And Costa, he just can't do anything.
Oh my god, they're just destroying this fight. Time
They're still
dilation
going.
now.
They're still going. They really would like to grab Jim Park, but it's just a little spooky. They'll turn back around. Bear trying to just fight his way through. Can he do it? Can they do enough damage? Just need just a little bit more, but no, they don't have it. The Liz King RD. It's a team wipe on Midas Club.
Team wipe and a buyback as well by the Weaver, so he committed to go back in again, and he goes down as well. What a beautiful chrono there. Jim Park, for whatever he was struggling to do in last game, he is delivering in this game. That was a fantastic 3-man chrono, cleans up the fight, and TB you know, this time he didn't get bursted, but he also didn't really have the damage to turn this fight around. He's gone for this BKB and wanted to be able to stand and fight, but he just couldn't find a target to hit into. Absolutely amazing play for them there. And I feel like the
Very
damage
nice
mitigation with the Underlord having that Crimson Guard as well, TB just isn't a big threat. So as long as they kill Zeus and Lone Druid, I think they're going to win every fight.
I just felt too split too. And I think that was definitely, you know, Cuyes taking advantage of that wide divide that was going on. And I feel like that keeps happening.
Yeah. It was good recognition, also good read, right? They quickly saw that, okay, a smoke gang should be coming in to good position.
Yes.
And while Tuss did a great job jumping in there and trying to initiate for his team, it didn't end up working out.
Got the immediate Thunder God's Wrath after he jumped in and like all those smokes just poop.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to go a lot better for them, but no, Cuyes, they look great here. That was a great fight.
Yeah, looking like a solid... They're building a solid 5-man draft, right? That's what was successful for
Yes.
Midas Club in the first game. When they're running as 5 here, it's really hard for Midas Club to fight into it. Too much team fight control, and they're just beelining down towards bottom tower, possibly. And this Weaver, he did have a fantastic game earlier on, King RD, but feels like he's now starting to struggle. Weaver doesn't really provide much in these big 5v5 engagements, and he doesn't have his Maelstrom yet.
I mean, I feel like, you know, early on, picking on a Crystal Maiden is easy, right? Like,
Yeah.
you get him in the Tusk, and that's what you do. But you're getting later into this game now where you've got more people to protect, more people to, you know, have to deal with. And
Honestly,
it's just not going to be as easy.
with this Aegis in hand, Jim Park, I feel like he hardly can die at this point. He is so survivable. He has the Eye of Skadi, BKB, Aegis now as well. I don't see how he killed him twice.
I mean, he just keeps going back and forth. Like, it is so hard to keep tabs on him. He's basically moving like a storm with his, you know, time walk, reverse time walk, in and out of these situations.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get a lock on him. And they don't have the best lockdown on the side of Midas.
Oh, sneaky farming here by Midas Club. Are they going to be sussed out here by the Dark Willow patrolling? There are 2 suspects in
there.
here.
It's like, uh-oh, I do not want this bear. Go ahead, use the Yules. See if they can't put enough damage down and get themselves a little gold. Curse Crown, Brambles, they look joining on in. Couple whacks.
Just can't move. What can it do? Even whipping the bear.
No, animal cruelty.
Yeah, killing it is fine though.
No, that's probably not fine either, but
Void sees a Tusk down here. Doesn't want to chrono him, but I'll smack away at
he's
him.
already got the Lotus Orb on him. They went and they used the gate too. Zoop, zoop, zoop.
Yeah, nice blink,
They
but
found him.
not gonna be able to hide. Trying to get away there.
And then everybody goes back through the portal, except for Parker. Parker will stay here.
Yeah, hopping up top. And yeah, Jim Park, he can just stay down here and farm this area. The dangerous area is completely fine for him to sit in. He can be available whenever. And right now, I just don't see Midas Club really having the heroes to make a comeback here. Like, what are you going to play around? Normally, when you're behind like this, you look towards your big lockdown, your big teamfight initiation, or like your pickoff potential. But their draft, it has a lot of things. It doesn't really have that.
It's got some pick-off potential, but the problem is they're almost always together now, so there's just no opportunities for the most part. And like that's the issue. Like, you know, King RD and Hiko, they were doing great earlier because they had these opportunities where they knew that heroes were positioned in lanes, but now everybody's just moving together, so it just becomes so much more difficult. Still, the Aegis still have a Chronosphere available. As Jim Park jumps onto the back line, so he'll use the Chronosphere, he'll grab himself 1, get himself possibly 2. The Swarm getting tossed out doesn't really seem to matter much to them, so we will have no Zeus, no Tusk available for this fight. And you can see they don't feel comfortable going for this fight. TV, he's top. He's not looking to come home right now. They're just ripping through people. King already pops like a big shoe just stepped on him.
I mean, he has no business going close. If they're just split pushing, why is he even going up there? That's an unnecessary death.
I don't know, but the TPs are coming out. They do want to defend.
The bear is gonna get away safely here, but that is one full lane taken out.
And multiple heroes dead because of that lane. Honestly, like, I guess they don't have the mid tower, so perhaps that's one of the other reasons why they want to go back. But I feel like they could have stayed and done more damage if they had wanted.
I think they're fine to back out and reset as well. It's the disciplined play. They committed Chrono already, so don't want to try and go too deep and then end up taking a fight without Chrono. And speaking of like Chrono, Radiant have no disables basically. They have Tusk and Root from the Bear, and then a mini stun of Lightning Bolts, and that's about it.
And that's becoming very, very apparent in each of these fights. They just lack this lockdown, whereas it's coming out in spades for Cuyes. Again, we talked about the power of Roots.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have lockdown, then a hero like Faceless Void with Time Walk, he just becomes a menace.
There's an opening over on Slants, but it's a DK. He's very strong. Looks like Crystal Maiden starts getting chomped away on the back line. Thundergod's Wrath coming in this meta, doing a lot of damage, but where's your Roots? Where are you going to be able to hold people down? They just walk away from you.
God,
Now
Crimson
Kosa,
Guard.
he is stuck. Does have the stun. He's not going to be able to get it off. He's going to fall. 4DR getting chased after by Slash himself. Finish him as well. And in comes Jim Park. Looking for the opening. Will be able to smack down King Artie. Looking towards this bear. He'll make short work of the bear. Perhaps chasing after now its owner as he's trying to run. But the Curse Crown will connect. Brambles placed down on the ground around him thanks to the shard. And that is almost a full team wipe. Hiko now on the run.
And Tips
Some
coming
tower?
out. Yeah. I mean, he was doing a lot of damage with the meta until the Underlord showed up and pressed the Crimson Guard. He was doing 0 damage at that point. The TP Illusions and the main hero, I think, combined did like maybe 100 or 200 damage per volley. That's not gonna do it.
Look at this, just not even all committing for one lane. They're going to go for multiples. They say, all right, we have the opening. We have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Aegis gets reclaimed. It's going to let Slatums and Knight finish off over in mid, and Park will join over with Illic.
They have Shivas and
is,
AC now as well. There's just no way to team fight into this. They have all the auras online.
King RD, they're looking for a bash. They go, they drop out the brambles. And that's a dead King RD. Park, all right. Calm down, Parker. Calm down. Wants to finish off 40 yards. Gonna take a little time up into the air here. Focus off Hiko. And I think that's probably going to be,
Yeah,
gonna be game number 2. We go 1-1. Yeah, there it is. The GGs get dropped. We're going to a game 3.
no, they're not gonna be able to turn this around. CM just letting it go here. Pretty much one of the few CM ultis I've seen this game, but you know, CM, she doesn't need to do anything with her ulti. She just needs to be useful overall, and I think she did a good job.
To try to get like the advantage of, you know, getting a pick off early, because I feel like these lanes are so incredibly important, but
Yeah, we do get spotted here. MJZ runs into
immediately
4DR.
D ward.
Yeah. It's very nice for them. Get a little bit of an advantage.
They're split up though. They did send Hiko and FCR down to this bottom lane just to get some early information, keep tabs.
Yeah, they're also doing the little check, going into tower range behind the tree line to see if it attacks. They know there's no vision around here. Of course, they have an observer and a sentry, so would most likely have
They're
seen
having
it.
to be careful. I see him.
Don't have stun. She went for a wave of terror already. Obviously, it's what you want for the laning stage anyway. But yeah, not going to be able to stun combo him here and do any damage.
She looks like a league character here with these skins.
Yeah, the bench looks crazy. This Venge Arcana honestly is so confusing to play against for when she stuns. Regular Venge,
Really?
like yeah, regular Venge holds her hand out when she stuns. It's very obvious animation. Whereas this one, she spins around when she does it. Like there's it looks very similar to her other stuff. So playing like Nyx Assassin or something against Venge, it's a little bit harder to react to it correctly.
I never noticed that.
You can
I'll
check
take
it
a
out
look.
this
I'll
game.
watch this game. Yeah. I like this. They're sending King RD down to get the advantage here, trying to go for like a first blood,
Yeah.
potentially.
Not gonna find anything, but you know, it's pretty low commitment. Usually you have to TP to a lane anyway, so might as well look for if you find anyone.
All right, talk to me about this mid lane.
This mid lane is pretty damn good for the Earth Spirit still, I feel. It's maybe a little bit Pango favored, but Earth Spirit kills creeps so fast. As you can see here, he's doing it on first creeper already. that Pango can find himself struggling to be aggressive. It's going to be a creep advantage a lot of the time for the Earth Spirit. And overall, I kind of expect him to win the lane a little bit on Slatum. We'll see if 4DR can prove us wrong here or prove me wrong and get some nice game going. So far, 3 denies for Earth Spirit.
I feel like both of these players have been around forever, like Slatums and 4DR. I'm curious who's older.
Yeah, they're veterans. Let's look it up.
A lot of pushing, like right underneath this tower, getting very, very aggressive. Uh-oh, FCR! What you doing, homie? Did his camera go off?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to make sure he has the stuff on here and ready.
Mm-hmm. Gotta see those beautiful faces, or in some cases, beautiful foreheads, because some of the players just don't like positioning their cameras in a way that we can see them.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. We want to see the emotions on these players as they're playing.
I feel like you should, like, meme it, you know? If you're gonna be on camera, like, have fun with it. Wear a funny hat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See the bottom lane push back and forth a little bit here as they're using flak cannon and stuff to clear the waves.
Yeah, they're pushing it pretty hard, trying to get that little bit of advantage.
Got level 2
We have
first.
level 2 on Park. Yep.
Always a good power spike to have. It doesn't look like they got the D ward though on the pole camp MGC. I think he missed his D ward there.
A lot of couriers falling here.
Yeah, we see mid just runes getting grabbed up here. Either player getting their refills.
Yeah, honestly, a pretty quiet game. It feels like a lot of the matches that we watched today, aside from game number 2, like the first match also was like a bit sleepier, a little bit slower paced. Didn't see too much aggression. Or at least not kills, anyways.
It could erupt more on level 3, I feel, on these side lanes. Both side lanes are, you know, a little bit tentative on level 2, but level 3 power spikes, like double points in Iron Shell and stuff, we might see some stuff happen. Already King RD
Harassment.
taking a bit of damage.
Yeah, a lot of harassment. There is still holding on to the Brain Sap and the Nightmare, though, so...
Yeah, this bottom ward very unfortunately missing the sentry. Kinda cost them. Kiko taking some clicks.
End up losing the Courier. It's both of them, I think, because Crystal Maiden's Courier died earlier, so having a bit of a Courier assassination issue.
Yeah, it's a good...
Uh-oh. And Jay-Z, FCR, following after him, tossing the tree. Need
Auto attacks.
one more hit, should be able to do it, and as per tradition, the Crystal Maiden first one dead.
Yeah, I think he has to know now that there's high ground vision because that auto attack was behind the tower, or behind the tree, so should be able to find out that there's a ward there. See if he grabs a sentry before he comes back. He does have one.
Gotta get that gold, too.
Oh no. Before he comes back to the
boy.
lane, he loses his carry.
Immediately.
Blood Grenade committed and they didn't get the kill as well, so Blood Grenade wasted as well in a way there. Did some damage, but no kill.
3-trip back to the fountain.
These Venge auto attacks are trippy as hell. I know she's
They're really weird, yeah. It's an interesting thing. Avalanche?
doesn't have mana for
Bring out the
toss.
Frostbite. Oh, FCR? Alright. Yeah, this Crystal Maiden, she's got some guts there. She's alive. Hand over some items.
Doesn't have a salve for herself, but she puts down a sentry. Should be able to cover the ward.
Oh, there goes Posta in the top lane, and Knight chasing after King RD. He does not have any mana left. I'm not sure. Do they go for the dive? Maybe not with all those creeps.
Yeah, if they get creeps on the tower, could send in the Weaver again.
Yeah. Because he doesn't have a stick or anything, so he can't
Yeah,
just come back.
I mean, this
Focus
is
on the tower, though.
TP and the Ursa. TP's a little bit high there. TP's up to the outpost instead of the tower.
I do that all the time. I'm just like, yeah, no, that was intentional. That's so my core can get there faster.
Yeah, Earth Spirit is here though. This could be a dieback here.
This could be the roll forward, the stone, kick out. Trying to get some of those Fury swipes up, but they're just doing too much damage to Costa. That is indeed a dieback on the bear, and he cannot teleport in. Bottom lane, too, some more pressure being placed over onto Hiko.
Yeah, back-to-back deaths, so now he's gonna have to walk of shame. It is not a good feeling.
Bad.
Yeah, top lane starting out horrendously here. CM Ursa not off to the start that you need. Or the Bane Ursa.
Ooh, we have ourselves a Sleepwalker in the mid lane. King RD was on the low ground, but gonna see the teleports come out. MJZ joining in, gets the double Nova, got the Frostbite over onto King RD. 4 DRs here, he's not 6 just yet. Just going underneath the tower. Blood Grenade's going to get used. Tries to swashbuckle, get the final hit off. Doesn't quite have it. There it is. There's the other Frostbite. They'll be able to turn it around. And now King RD on the run. He's gonna see if he can make enough space. Still has a Brain Sap available. Puts the Nightmare over onto the Earth Spirit. Knight giving these clicks. Looks like they're gonna roll forward. It's a slow chase. But with that stone, we'll be able to get a double kill for their Earth Spirit.
Oof.
Oh, and as they get a kill on FCR.
Yeah, he goes down as well. Getting chased there. Illick making a move down to bottom lane to get that kill. Nice little rotation. Didn't expect that. But yeah, Pango getting a bit hesitant there. Not fully committing for the dive under tower. So he didn't go for the swash through. Swashbuckle mechanic where if you go through the enemy, then you get 1 extra hit. That's a 33% damage increase nowadays, since, you know, you only have 3 hits. Going to 4 is pretty good.
Haste, can they grab him in time? They have the vision. Oh, rolls just a little bit too late.
Oh, bench just keep it in as well down here.
TP'd in. They've got the swarm. A couple more clicks here from Knight. Have to be careful though, King RD is here. So I'll throw down another support and try to protect. Pangalier's making his way over now as well. Does have his level 6 if they want to try to take a fight.
Big emphasis on bottom here. Getting the Wisdom Rune for themselves at least. Midas trying to stem the bleeding here. And fix what's going on. The side lane's just taking a beating right now.
I mean, Costa is just having a difficult time. They need to just put pressure elsewhere on this map.
Yeah, they gotta create some distraction so that Ursa is allowed to just jungle and not get chased around. At least he is finding himself farm now as everybody's bottom, but Pango moving back to mid. And
find Hiko in the bottom lane. Be able to have plenty of damage to knock him down. And are they going for King RD now? Just rolling, making their way back towards this this mid lane for the time being.
Yeah, looks like they are gonna get this tower as well, perhaps. Just pushing into it now. The Venge is only level 4.5.
I don't think this lane went the way that they intended it for.
No, definitely
Yeah, look
not.
at this. MJZ, no fear, goes right behind the tower, throws down the Frostbite. They've got the homing missile on her. They're just gonna push them away from the tower and continue their siege. Some movement though, going top towards Illick. Do you see that the Bane's on his way?
Yeah,
He's already
maybe
completed the mech though.
if they got a perfect like nightmare when he starts Surge, then maybe they could go on him. But without Fiend's Grip, there's very little chance to kill him here.
Yeah, King RD not level 6 yet. It's quite a ways away from it too, so.
It's gonna be fine. Pango now making a move top with his regen rune. Maybe they can set up for the Pango to come in.
Can they get this? That's the mech. That's a full mech if they get it. Nah. Didn't commit.
Surge running away.
They've got a Weaver coming in.
Pango already
And they've got
disengaging.
Earth
Now
Spirit.
Bane is alone.
Oh, uh-oh. Doesn't have... Oh, yeah, we've got the vacuum. There it is. Nightmare transferred over to Knight. And that's going to be a dead King RD, eventually.
Oh, nice by Knight there. He throws out the swarm and then wakes up his Darkseer, making sure to get the most out of it. Really nicely played there. Moves are just working out better here for Cuyes all over the place. 4,000 gold lead and building. They need to get some
What is
value
this?
out of the Pango roll. They have to find a fight for him, but he's made all these moves and can't really find a fight.
Yeah, they're kind of doing this thing that they did again. And they'll roll forward into the Frostbite with the Blood Grenade. Gonna swashbuckle himself. And he's gonna try to use the Rolling Thunder. He's sitting so incredibly low already,
Oh, the
though.
regen.
They need to get another couple hits.
He's
The Frostbite onto him. Now he's ticking down. For sure, this Weaver wants it so bad.
That regen value, it's still going.
Follow up with a wave of terror. The toss up from Hiko, trying to finish off Knight. Not quite there. In comes Costa though. He'll find a kill. Hiko next to full. King RD taking damage from MJZ. They don't have any way to really cancel it at this time, but they'll finish off the Crystal Maiden. Illic running for his life, but there it is. There's that magic missile to slow him into Strax. So a nice turnaround here coming out from the side of Midas.
Yeah, that was a fantastic fight for them. They get so much for that as well. I mean, on the surface, it just looks like, oh, a 3 for 2, you know, it shouldn't be that different. But look at the gold they get per kill as well. And yeah, Pango got to have some massive, massive value. Region Rune comes back into the fight at the end. They got like 600 gold minimum per kill. They got 900 or even more from the Darkseer there.
Yeah, it definitely felt awkward. Almost felt like they were kind of doing what they used to do when things weren't going well. They split up a little bit too much. But yeah, the way that they converged, excellent. Very much needed.
Now they have
they're
the
still
shield
coming
rune
back
too.
together. They do have their gyro off farming over on the side of Cuyes, and FCR is trying to kind of catch up. He's got his level 7 now, but it's been a bit rough for him.
Yeah, I don't know. He needs to work on the full Aghanim Scepter. That's his timing. Until then, he's going to be pretty underwhelming. Don't think that he's going to look to fight too much, but if he gets the Aghanim Scepter, then he can basically just run at his enemies.
The immediate scan, they're missing.
Yeah, he
They
knows.
do their own scan. They're looking for gyro.
He knows, but he's not backing.
Yeah, I'm also a little surprised here. It's going to be the Rolling Thunder coming in high.
Awesome.
King RD doesn't have a 6 yet, though, actually. So, Jim Park, he's under tower. They're too frightened to go for this. They'll back off.
You'll take that. That's really nice. Now you know they don't have their ulti available. Mid, set up here perhaps by Bane. Nope.
They find themselves FCR, and like you said, he can't really do much until he gets that Aghanim Scepter. So, they're going to just go for the swap. Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
Yeah, see him with that range. Has the Frozen expands, extra cast range on the Frostbite. Looks like he got him from so far away, but, you know, starting off with, like, a little free extra cast range.
A little pressure being placed down. Arcane's going to get picked up by Parker. Got the homing missile tossed out. Gonna try to go for this again. Avalanche trying to slow him down. 40R trying to make his way away, but he is frostbitten. They go and they use the Crystal Maiden ulti. They'll get the kill, and they should be able to turn this into a tower to take.
Very clean play. They recognize that they have a power spike here when he doesn't have his Rolling Thunder available. So Pango can't really do that much, and they take the mid tower, last of the tier 1 towers to fall, and they haven't lost a single tower yet.
It's a nightmare. They do have the Fiend script this time now, finally.
They're shifting it.
It's a little bit of a swap. And it's gone back and forth. Crystal Maiden doesn't have really anything left here. It does have the piggy pole, maybe, to try to run away. It's gonna have a frostbite, but there's too many heroes. Is gonna get run down.
Yeah. Some good reward for their efforts there. Finally get some kill. Things are really going the way of Cuyes overall, so they need everything they can get on Midas Club right now. And timing-wise, Pico is building towards a Blink Dagger on the Tiny. He's, 1,200 gold away from that. Pango going for that Echo Saber build. Doesn't have it yet. Needs the full broadsword. Don't really have any massive timings. It's Battle Fury coming in just a second here for Ursa, but that's just, that just means more farm.
Casual Ursa things, yeah.
The bigger one is probably the Aghanim Scepter on Gyro, because that both helps his farming, but also massively enables him to teamfight.
This is a nice couple stacks that he's been able to take over here too, so should be getting that in good timing.
Yeah, both carries farming Ancients right now. Ursa more quickly disposes of his stack as he has the Battle Fury in hand now. Looks like the Weaver is going for a Yule Scepter rush. Wisdom Rune getting controlled by Dire. Radiant, no concern about losing their Wisdom Rune, really. It's quite safe. And we do have a smoke here. Sladam and the boys going in. The three
Name
of
their
them.
new band. Sladam and the Boys.
Yeah. They see a Tiny. Could be a good target. He's trying to farm for an item. But there are heroes nearby.
They see King RD. They've got the vision up here.
Oh.
Go for the roll. Go for the kick. Gonna get that nightmare, but it doesn't matter. The rest of the team is nearby, so another roll, and he's toast.
Yeah.
Oh, they use their illusion. Good call on that.
Does reveal their ward a little bit on the high ground there, but if they play the area, then it can be very hard to go and deward that.
Absolutely. Looks like Agnum Scepter is going to be complete for Parker. It's getting shipped out to him right now.
He's just making his way to stack another Ancient here. Try and stack
There
that
it
up in
is.
time. Looks like he is going to make it there.
Yeah, FCR is getting closer and closer to this Agnum Scepter himself, but of course with the amount of trouble headed his way multiple times now.
Yeah, Vench not having the
Definitely
best
slows him
showing
down.
here, but 600 golds, you know, he'll get there eventually.
What is FJZ doing
He's
here?
defending his ward. He doesn't want to get dewarded. He's just sitting on it, and because he has Earth Spirit nearby, it's not safe for King RD to go dewarded. So he's just playing protective game here.
I felt like the Flatums was not close enough though. Like
He's an
when he
Earth
started to
Spirit.
move over.
He's an
But true,
Earth
he is
Spirit.
very mobile. I play a lot of Crystal Maiden. I've been left high and dry. I got scared for him.
Knight, though, is farming under a ward, gets slept,
In the
dusted up.
dust, in the nightmare, plus the Fiend's Grip. That is a dead Weaver, and it's another kill for Costa, so he's super happy.
Yeah.
On to the
Finally,
Ancients.
how he gets the chance to deward as well. King RD gets rid of both the Sentry and the Observer here. So finally, their Ancients is back in their position. Really important because they have that Battle Fury Ursa. You want to make sure that you can clear Ancients every single cycle, or that you can stack them for him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's got the Echo Saber completed for 40R. It's got the Agnums in his sights and also a Blink Dagger. So his future is pretty much laid out for him.
Yeah, and Vench now sending out the Ags. So big power spike timing here for Dire, but Radiant are the ones who want to smoke up as well, as they have a full Lotus Orb on Darkseer. Looking
That's
pretty
massive.
big.
Right into 40R too. Use that little bit of speed, swashbuckles in, has himself an Invis rune, so be able to just reset from this. And Ursa picking up the Blink Dagger now, another power spike.
Get
King
the
RD
D-ward.
making his way over, sees Latums? No. Sees himself a Crystal Maiden, the swap, the Nightmare, the Avalanche, everything getting used in MJZ. They'll drop the wall here. Nice vacuum back in as well. Magnetized, tosses back and forth using that Lotus. Looking pretty ridiculous. As the rest of Midas now seem to be on the run. Slatum's rolling forward, trying to see if he
That
can grab anyone
magnetized.
else. FCR taking a lot of damage. They'll follow up with the Gyrocopter. As they'll finish off FCR, they'll grab themselves King RD. And now they'll turn their attention over towards Hiko and FCR. Chases on after Hiko. They've got the homing missile. FCR. It's like, there it is.
Oh my god, they're just way too overwhelming in this fight. Nice vacuum there coming in. Even just a level 2 vacuum, but gets a 2-man. Looked like he could have caught more, but needs more points in that vacuum first. And Midas, they just didn't really have what they needed to fend off that that charge through coming in by the Darkseer and the Earth Spirit.
I mean, the Ags and the Vengeful Spirit, don't get me wrong, it's great, but it just, you still need more. Like, it
Yeah.
only does so much.
Yeah, and definitely. And
think
you know,
that's one of the
compare
issues.
compare the impact that he had compared to the
Versus-
impact that the Darkseer had. Darkseer's just making sure everyone stays alive with a mech, controls the enemy. Different. Fiend
Find
Script.
themselves Knight with the Fiend Script, the Avalanche Toss. So a nice pick off for the side of Midas Club.
Yeah, do get a good kill there. They still need to keep farming more items. It's just their team relies a little bit more on Ursa actually getting to the point of having multiple items for him to take a fight. If he doesn't have BKB, he just ends up getting controlled. There's way too many things. He can enrage off like one Frostbite, but what about the call down, the rockets, the Earth Spirit slows? There's too many things. He has to get a BKB.
Still working towards that.
Yeah, it's a long way away. Meanwhile, Slatum is actually going to be the one who's going to have one pretty soon, because he can disassemble the Echo Saber and end up with the recipe.
That's true. Taking the moves over onto King RD, the roll forward, the magnetize. Just a quick hit here. And I like the wards that they have up over here on the side of the Dire Jungle. It's got some really nice vision to keep tabs on Ursa, so they know that he's not going to be in the main part. So either he's in the biangle or he's in that extra little side area. In fact, they ping it out. They want him.
This game is the Slatum show at this point. I mean, he's 6-0 and 8. He is just successful in every rotation he makes right now. And meanwhile, Pango just hasn't really found the fights that he wants. He's high level, sure, level 13, actually ahead of the Earth Spirit, but team fight impact, we just see Earth Spirit always dominating here. I kind of like the Echo Saber build too. Normally it's always Blade Mail, but I feel like you hit really hard with this resonance bonus attack damage.
No walk right over the ward, so they've got the vision. Curious if they try to do anything with it.
You see Darkseer kind of running into the enemy here, checking for a rune.
Yeah, look. Tossed up into the air. He's fairly tanky, but there's quite a few heroes. Here it goes, uses those Mac. Gonna drop the wall, thinking that maybe his team will make it in time, and he's able to run away. Oh, nope, the swap. There it is, with that little bit of damage. And they're thinking about making this fight happen. Crystal Maiden, Freezing Field on top. Slatum gets stunned, and this is not looking good for him. Looks like he's gonna get popped.
What a jump by Ursa. Jumps the Earth Spirit, stopping him from going in, and then holding him in place long enough for the Vengeful to come in as well. That was huge there by Costabile, recognizing that, you know what, I can just go on this guy.
I almost wonder if that was just too long of a waiting period. Like, you saw, you know, Darkseer, you kind of figure like, okay, he's gonna die, but then he survives a little bit longer, and then he goes and he drops the wall, and it felt like...
It was complacent gameplay right there. Like, Darkseer just solo checking a rune. You have to expect more people to be showing up for power runes in general. And yeah, they just went in kind of one by one. There was a deep ward kind of showing the Earth Spirit coming in, so Ursa found a nice jump because of that ward that King RD placed earlier. And now we see Ursa going for the Tormentor. That's the nice thing about having a carry like that. You can solo it, and now Bane has a shard.
I think the nice thing about that is the fact that it doesn't just go to whoever does the Tormentor. Otherwise, like, you never see it. You never see it as a support. I'm glad that it's set up the way it is. Roche is getting taken, though, while all this is going on, so... Cuyes feeling pretty strong, feeling good about this. We'll give them some extra experience, and of course that Aegis to have on their gyrocopter should they decide to take a fight. EKB's completed, too, for our...
Earth Spirit catching Tiny.
Lots of silence, and that magnetized frostbite coming in from MJZ. And there he goes. Down he goes.
Yeah, very quick and easy kill.
Multiple heroes here. He's found themselves, MJZ. They get the brains. Oh, they get the hold over onto Slatums. Go for a swap. He's got his BKB up, though. He needs the rest of his team. This is a little bit spooky for him. Look, drawing back. Beautiful little vacuum here. They need to get more down. He's going to just pop on the back line. See that, Ursa?
Tara's in now.
Costa, though. He's taking too much damage. He'll be the next one to die, and the chase is on for King RD. Do they have any way to catch him is a question. I mean, he's pretty fast. They know.
There were like 3 people pinging the spot before Bane even got there to TP. They're like, he's gonna do it right here, guys. And yeah, he didn't really have any play there. What can he do? It was a nice attempt by Midas Club to take a fight after the gank on the Tiny, but maybe a little bit too confident trying to fight into what is a fight very close to the Radiant Tower. Too many heroes could easily reinforce there. And Gyrocopter is building to be big and bad. I feel like all they need to do on Cuyes is get to the point of him having a Daedalus and then group up and go as 5. Because their team fight is going to be absurd. 3 minutes.
Got that Aegis.
Yeah.
And just, you know, it doesn't even have everybody nearby necessarily. As you can see, they're poking around in the mid lane. Now they're going to rotate top to be around Parker.
I do like what we're seeing from Costabile, though. He's, you know, finding pretty good jumps. Got a near instant kill on the Darkseer in the last fight as well. And him having his full BKB now on Ursa. That's the difference maker. He didn't have it in the previous fights.
Yeah, like you said, there's just too much stuff that he just can't rage off. Top tower is finished, though. Really no contestation.
Yeah. Daedalus is very, very close. 500 gold for Gyro.
Yeah, okay. They've got their eyes on Slatums. The toss back. BKB comes out. He's got to make moves, though. He's got to get away because there's a lot of physical damage. He's going to try to run himself forward. Can't quite manage it. Knight also now just getting slapped around by these big bear paws. Nightmare affecting the Crystal Maiden. He goes seeing more. We'll do the toss back into the rest of his team. Should be able to finish her off, and Parker in an awkward situation with Illic here. Try to move back, try to use that flat cannon to his advantage, but this is a little bit spooky.
Venge wants to die.
Very, very low, but again, it is a Venge. It's a Venge. They don't mind this. They get that illusion. BKB is going to get used now from Parker.
She wants to
But
swap him.
everyone's just gonna
Yeah.
back off, it feels.
Yeah, they're gonna play it safe. Gonna back out after all. But yeah, Venge doesn't mind dying. She's still gonna be on the field and farming. She was thinking about if she can go for a swap back, but with the Aegis and with the respawns, not gonna do it. That Nightmare from Bane was insane value in that fight. He Nightmared the Gyrocopter, stopping him from joining the fight while Ursa is killing people, and then CM swaps the Nightmare away from the Gyrocopter, but then she gets caught because she's standing there forever. So Tiny just jumps in, and we saw that triple kill coming in for Ursa there because of it. Really nice play by King RD in that fight. He's gonna farm himself up on Aghanims is what he's trying to do on the Bane. Doesn't really have much mana right now, so might need to go base and reset. Or at least get something
like
delivered.
Knight's next item is looking like a nullifier. We get the alright, I see you, Crystal Maiden. We have Drums of Endurance picked up on MJZ.
Yeah, eventually.
I like it.
Eventually might get the
We'll do
bongo boots.
but you know, that's a start, and it looks like the Yules is also on the list along with an Aghanims shard, rather.
Yeah.
Can't just say Aghanims anymore.
I like the Nullifier queued up for Knight here because Nullifier is insanely good against Ursa. You just pop that on him. Overpower doesn't do anything. And there's also, of course, Glimmer Cape and Yule Scepters already. So it's already a great value to pick that item up here. Weaver is this weird hero who can buy like kind of whatever item. He usually needs Vessel or Yules, and then after that you can buy whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for now, Midas Club doing a good job taking fights where they are not allowing Gyrocopter to dictate, where the fight is going to happen and how it's going to go down. They just lock him down somewhere, kill his friends, and then run away and giggle a bit that he didn't get to do anything.
It almost feels like he's late to these engagements, and it's not that he's late, it's just that Midas Club is picking these great spots for battle. Like, their battlefield is usually where he's just not quite close enough. And so, like, I feel like Cuyes, what they need to do is they need to just start marching behind Parker. Like, let Parker lead.
Yeah.
That way, if they do initiate on, you have him there, because that is a huge determining factor.
That is.
We still have this Aegis here for like a minute 10. Like, play around your Gyrocopter, make them come to you. And that's always been the name of the game in Dota, right? Like, it's always, you want them to follow you. Don't have to, like, respond to what they're doing.
Yeah, splitting up too much is dangerous. Midas Club have, they punished the Earth Spirit for farming the mid creep wave. That's how that fight started. So, now they're doing it. They're rushing down bottom lane with the Gyrocopter, and everyone is just going to sit behind him. That makes it difficult for Midas Club because they have great pickoffs, but if there is an Aegis on the Gyro, there's no way that you're going to burst him down and kill him twice. So, but it's only 1 minute and 10 seconds. I think Midas Club have gotten great value out of this duration of the Aegis. They were behind in net worth, I think, when the Roshan was taken, and now they're ahead by 3,000. So, done a great job.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a swing. If you open up the graphs, you can see how we've gone back and forth in this game between Cuyes and Midas. But we're currently sitting at a 50, like very neck and neck, 54% win rate probability here for Cuyes.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that they're doing a great job with their draft too. With the like, we really, FCR struggled like hardcore in his lane. They just were repeatedly, sieging, going against, trying to get these kills. Has recovered, but then now, like, you see this draft, it's very skirmishy. It's great. It's good for these quick hit and runs. But again, like, if they take these elongated fights, if they take the fights on Cuyes' terms, it becomes so much harder.
Yeah, it can. It can. I think that's why King RD has queued up something like the Aghanim Scepter here on Bane, because they need some reliable tool to try and get this this Gyrocopter locked down beyond just nightmaring him. For now, they've done a good job with that. Almost want to see the reaction to perhaps even get a Lincoln Sphere in this game, but of course, that interaction used to be so much stronger. The BKB Lincoln's combination, you couldn't cast spells through it, so Fiend Script was impossible. But now you can just press that Feeble and then Fiend Script afterwards, so I guess Lincoln isn't worth it still here.
Well, they're putting up their vision and going over to the high ground area. They see that it's really shoved in, so potentially hoping that somebody comes to defend this tower, or could potentially just take it if nobody shows up.
There's nobody who wants to fight this. They're just split pushing. Ursa is eyeing up a tier 1 tower at least for it, trading something. There's also the enemy Tormentor, which wasn't taken, so he could get sneaky.
Oh, they're TPing in. They wanna defend this. The rolling
He doesn't know.
Slatums. He does not know. They use the wall on top of everything else. BKB, they need a little bit more damage. They have it. They'll kill Costabile. He won't be able to get out of there. That's not King RD. Do they have it? No. So they end up losing their bear.
Nice TP
And a
out.
BKB charge, and this allows them to take their own Tormentor.
Yeah, that was a good, quick, everybody TP and punish there. I don't think he was ready for them to get back that quickly. Probably expected them to go high ground and force them home. But yeah, they punish him, get an efficient Tormentor take over here as well. It's just going to be the shard for Weaver, which is, you know, not the best when you're a support Weaver, but it's something. It's one more shard claimed at least. You would rather have had the CM shard, though. That would have been way stronger. She queues up her own shard, like, guess I'll buy it.
She's a strong, independent sorceress. I believe in her. Oh, they have the... Oh, King RD.
Sleeps him up. Pango nearby.
How about this? Do a Pango nearby, but there is Might. Saddam's also here. All right. The follow-up now with FCR being here. And, of course, the Tiny makes it for some short work. Still rolling through, though, with 4DR. Needs to be a little bit careful. As Knight uses that time lapse. Tried to run away.
Yeah.
Dodgy.
Scurry little insect.
See? Oh, they did hit him with the dust.
Yeah.
But I think he's too far away now. They don't want to chase.
He's quick enough. He gets his little booty out of there. He doesn't want to fight. Tiny just pushing in mid lane, and you know, so far Midas Club doing a really good job at solidifying the game and building their advantage again. I thought this Venge was gonna be completely out of the game with how bad the start was, but looking at her farm, she's staying relevant. Manta style was the build, going for a Kanda next, it seems. I would probably like an SMY or a Butterfly or something more, because the Kanda doesn't work when you become an illusion still. It's pretty strong up until that point, I guess.
I still just want them to group up because, like, they're so strong in these skirmish assassination hits. But if they're all together,
yeah,
Cuyes, they're so much more powerful. I'm not sure.
They're continuously being forced to react to side lanes, so they're being very good on Midas Club about just shoving out lanes. They're using that Tiny. He can use the crash landing facet to just spam out lanes with toss, and every here and there they're just shoving lanes a little bit to make people split up on the side of Radiant. They definitely want it. You're right. They do want the 5-man fights on the side of Cuyes, but they're not being given the easy 5-man. Look at what's happening now. Everybody going bottom. Bane, he's like, oh, sneaky beaky, I'm gonna push top. And Bench pushed out mid.
Yes, they're definitely running into an issue here.
Gyrocopter is slowly building to become that monster that's gonna be, you know, pushing up on the high ground with the full gear cap, but maybe they can catch Pango here. He's getting pretty cheeky. Links away.
Do you like that they've picked up a gem? I'm a big fan of this, just to make it a little less safe for them to be, you know, running around the map that the way that they are. Rolling Thunder coming out here from 4DR, wants to make sure that he can just teleport away to safety. We'll put it on cooldown, but
yeah. Look at this though. They're trying to 5-man this kind of clunky move down bottom lane, and meanwhile they get some D-Warps done. They're farming so much on bench. Bane has been farming like 5 creep waves in a row on top lane, so he almost has you know, his entire Aghanim's 1200 gold away now, getting closer and closer. That Axe is really good. Like at that point, you can Fiend Script up the Gyrocopter, and it'll be hard to stop it.
Smoke gonna get used here.
Yeah.
Grab up everyone and see if they can't get a pick off.
Trying to look a bit desperate though, because it's like 5-man running.
They see the courier. They know he's here. It's also the bear too.
Bane buy out Yoga Club.
Show. Oh, this is a dead King RD. Did they get the courier too?
Looks like they didn't. Maybe they might still. Nah, it's out.
No, they can't grab it. They can't grab it. Well, Bane taking the gank for his Ursa. Ursa able to teleport away safely. He thought about it for half a second, then he saw the Park was there, was like, yeah, no. But
Yeah,
they're
mass.
thinking about going down for Roche potentially.
Yeah, mass warp gate down to bottom lane. They want to get Roche, but look again, bottom tower being pushed in by catapults. Mid tower, creep wave assaulting you again, and they're just playing them like a
Doing a
fiddle
great
right
job.
now. Midas are just one step ahead with these moves. They can't really contest Roche, I think, but they'll probably be happy to just keep farming as a trade for it here.
I got the Satanic completed for Parker too, so he's gonna have very good capabilities of staying alive so long as he's able to, you know, attack.
Yeah.
If he's locked down, definitely going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, that's the Aghanim Scepter that's gonna give him some continuous attacks at least, but yeah, we'll see. There's a banner. Nobody picked it up. CM, do your job. Take it.
Take your trash.
Yeah,
God.
don't expect Gyro to carry that. That's peasant work.
All the lines drawn. We got to push these lanes out, guys. But every time that they go, it seems like another lane gets shoved in.
Yeah, Ursa again taking Tormentor. This time gonna go for the Pango, so he gets his shard. Pango has a Aghanims and Basher combination now as well, so he can be pretty obnoxious in these fights. You see a lot of item progression, of course. Weaver, we didn't talk about it, but he did get that Nullifier earlier. He completed it. Yeah.
Has he used it in a fight yet?
I don't think so. I mean, there hasn't really
be
been
big.
a fight. They're just chasing after them.
That's true.
So much,
Ooh, there it is.
so much
There's
ratting.
the Ags.
That's,
Bane has his Agnums completed.
that's a huge power spike for sure. That helps him a lot. And eventually they want to go all the way to the base here, right? They have the Aegis. They're just trying to push top. Look at Tiny. He has evil intentions. He wants to get this creep wave. Tosses. It's just dead. Oh my god. He doesn't even have to go up and swing a single time. The toss nearly insta-killed everything.
Gotta deal with these Vengeful Spirit Manta illusions too. Continuously push out these waves.
So frustrating. So mid tower looks to be the place they can maybe push. They have a creep wave. And again, Ursa moving to bottom, Tiny free farming top. This has to be so frustrating for Cuyes.
When do you just commit? When do you just commit and just...
I mean, it's right now. They're just at least gonna get to
Okay.
tier 2, but I don't know if they can keep going. They're still
They're
setting
still
up.
reporting Slatums down. More TPs coming in. The silence misses the roll. Kicks off a little bit, but it's already blinked away. Like this bear, he's a tricky bear. He's just moving around here and doesn't seem like anyone's able to get their paws on him.
Just staying safe. He does have his team around. They're thinking about if they want to fight, but definitely don't want to take a 5-man engagement, I think.
No.
From the way they're playing the game. We might see a smoke around here, though. Perhaps if they get a
think so.
favorable fight.
Do they wrap around is the question. They use a scan. They can see that Parker's on the creep wave.
Playing
Looks
on
like
their
the
ward.
rest of Cuyes is going into the high
Yeah.
ground.
They're just sitting here hoping someone comes under their ward and they will take the fight here. Otherwise, if they do push up, they might go behind them as well. For now, this is the area.
No one's showing really other than Parker.
Yeah, but Cuyes also don't see anybody right now. They're a little bit suspect.
Send over some of the illusions, try to get some information.
Yeah, they're cautious. They are doing the same thing on Cuyes. They put a ward on the high ground and they're holding it.
All right, Aegis is still good for another 2 minutes, so
Here comes the
Parker
commitment. This
going.
is the fight.
So, I mean, we needed it. The drive back over onto FCR. And again, it is a venge. You're going to have that illusion. It's not a problem. Fall down left and right. A little bit of slow. Already used those BKBs on Slatums. As the Rolling Thunder goes around in the circle. And again, like Slatums, he's very far out here. And especially when they hold on to this poor Earthgrid, he can't do anything. MJZ buying a bit more time, though, using that freezing field. Parker still alive, still has that Aegis, as they'll be able to clear up the vengeful illusion. And the follow-up, Illick is a little bit too deep. He will end up dying. He has been frostbitten. Here comes Costa and rips apart Knight.
2 down. They have to just get
on
out.
the Venge. Yeah, Slam's like, go, 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 go. We don't want to be here anymore. I know you have the Aegis, but let's not waste it on this. He goes, gonna make it in time.
Oh, he
The
gets caught.
Avalanche connects onto him. They'll find the kill and they'll grab MJZ on his way out too.
4 down there. Painful, painful fight. And that was with your Aegis. Sure, they used a buyback on FCR, but happy to do so. And fantastic hold by Midas Club. I think they got a little bit too deep there. Just let the Jarek up the front line when he has this Aegis. There was a lot of people going in who perhaps didn't need to. Gyro feels strong, but, you know, he can't help his team from dying.
Yeah, I feel like you have a gyrocopter who's got an Aegis, he's got a Satanic and a BKB. Just let him plink.
Yeah.
Let him plink. Pango's coming up here.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
they're hunting him.
He's got that ward
Oh,
right
the basher
there,
could
too.
trigger. He
Oh,
didn't.
that was very close.
Unlucky. That would have been a death again there as well. If he died after trying to TP out, they would just congregate on him and
Yep.
he wouldn't survive for sure.
Now, they do know that Pango isn't here. They can feel a little bit more comfortable pushing out of the space.
He does have his 25 on Jaro. Hasn't picked his talent yet. I would assume it's Flak Cannon cooldown, but you can also go for the call down if you want to deal with the split push. Doesn't mean you can kill every single creep wave on one lane if you just spam it.
He just gets reclaimed. They're on the hunt. They could run into Hiko here. In fact, they do. It's just him. They have the dust, they have the detection, they've got the sentry
Swap
placed
available?
down. FCR, yeah, I was thinking about it, but doesn't even need to.
It's a nice
Doesn't
blink
even
out.
need to.
Still a swing and a miss here for Cuyes. Everything just working out so well here for Midas Club. Have the full MKB on the Ursa as well. Basher, BKB, MKB, he is ready to man fight into this massive gyrocopter and no Aegis to protect you anymore. I actually think now the tide is turning. Midas Club are now going to be on the hunt for a team fight. As long as they get Ursa in on the right target on that gyrocopter, I think they can win a team fight.
Yeah, this Ursa is pretty gosh darn scary.
Radiant's bottom
Again, it comes down to who gets to jump on who, and MJZ trying to get himself away here using that force staff, but then, oh my god, they're just ping-ponging the poor Crystal Maiden around.
Oh, Gyro under vision here for a little bit.
Gyro
He is gonna TP
he's
though.
gonna try to teleport out. Should be able to make it. Top lane, looks like Knight's just trying to be as obnoxious as possible. Pushing the waves, making someone go home.
Yeah, finally they can do that to their opponents a little bit. That's what they've had to fight
Yeah.
against the entire game.
But they are able to hit this middle tower. Creeps arriving in here using that Manta, so we'll have creeps available if they want to try to push towards this high ground while the Crystal Maiden is down. Not sure they want to, though.
Yeah,
Not
Ursa
without their Bane.
thought about taking Tormentor, but saw that the Watcher is taken by Radiant, and he's not gonna commit into Vision alone. So looks instead like Cuyes are gonna group up and go for their own Tormentor now. That's gonna go to
Gonna
Jim.
go over to Parker.
Yeah. Again, feels like Dire are just scaling so much here. The gyrocopter is huge, but all three cores are looking strong on Midas at this point. And the harpoon.
10k net worth lead. They've got the Abyssal Blade completed on Costa. It's just a scary, scary prospect trying to get in here. I've also managed to go and get themselves the gem off of the Crystal Maiden. So that means that all their vision is just being ripped away. It's a very spooky night.
Yeah, it really is. And Vengeful is starting to right click quite hard at this point. A little bit of a move towards bottom for both teams here. Smoked up.
I'm gonna have an altercation momentarily as MJZ first one to be found and just absolutely obliterated. But they have their eyes
Gyro's
over
done.
onto Parker. They jump him down so quickly. He's trying to get enough space, trying to use that Satanic to his own advantage. As Costa now he's getting separated from the rest of his team as they fight underneath the wall. Looks like they managed to get the bear out. Knight's taking so much damage from FCR. He's gonna have to time lapse back over to Hiko. The kick back using that nullifier. 4DR over here on the side. Crystal Maiden trying to let it go. Not gonna be able to get swapped out almost instantly. As Slatum's chasing after 4DR over here on the side. Hiko jumping back in. The toss up onto Slatum. So get the kill on the Earth Spirit. And now Parker, can he get out in time? Yes, he can.
Gets out. That was so close to him dying at the very start of the fight there. They did a good job protecting him and helping kite out the Ursa, using Yule Scepter as well, try and lock him in place. But you see the longevity here of the Midas Club team fights. They're pretty durable and multiple heroes. Venge died, but she's still back immediately with the illusion. So the number advantage really kicked in and they started getting those pickoffs.
I mean, I feel like that's the issue when you look over at Cuyes, right? Because Parker's got lots of ways to survive here. He's got himself a Satanic, he's got a BKB, fairly tanky. But you look at some of these other guys, and they're a little bit squishier. They're a little bit more paper. Maybe not the Darkseer, right? It's got quite a bit. But if you see here in this replay,
Wow.
the separation of this, like,
I'm confused why Parker was 25 in this team fight and didn't have his talent yet. I don't understand it.
Was he?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
jeez.
actually
Yeah,
didn't.
no, he doesn't.
He didn't have his talent picked. But he picked it now when he was pushing top as level 26. Did he just forget to take his talent?
Maybe.
I feel like Flak Cannon 5-second CDR is huge in that fight. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be Roche going over to the Dire. They get the Aegis in the Ursa here. And Refresher Shard on Bane. So look for him to grip 2 different targets perhaps. Or, you know, repeatedly grip the Gyro if needed.
All right, smoke coming into play yet again for the side of Midas, looking for a pickoff. Love to get themselves a high target, but
Yeah, building towards a Wind Waker on the Weaver. Needs something to save against this Bane grip.
Run circle. It's always MJZ. Always MJZ. Breaking these smokes. A little bit of that vacuum back again with the silence. They'll rip apart FCR and they'll also end up losing the
Gyro
Bane.
with a
It's
blink
kind
in.
of an awkward position now because of the fact that they have this advantage. They'll turn back around. They'll get the Ursa. That's going to be the Aegis. Hiko walking away. They see FCR. They'll finish off that illusion. They'll turn right back around. And just like that, disastrous fight going towards the sides of Midas here.
Big Jim Park moment. Blinks in with the BKB activated, with the Agi blink, and he just bursted. Look, 11,600 damage dealt. It's all him. Literally all him. Yeah, he did more damage than the entire enemy team. They didn't have time to do anything really in that fight because, you know, the Daedalus procs came out super fast. And now
They don't have buyback on 3 of their heroes right now. And like, Hiko needs to be careful because Jim Park will just shred through him.
he's just pushing. He's done with this game.
Yeah, no. I mean, if they don't have buyback on Bear, like, it's very hard for them to hold. Do you have the Pangolier at least now?
Yeah.
But
Gonna play for the Megas. Not gonna go close to the enemy fountain against the Tiny.
that's smart. I've seen many a team not do that and immediately regret their decisions. But yeah, Parker, he's happy to just click away at these buildings. Maybe go for the full Megas. We'll have the Bane up. He's gonna go for the smoke, perhaps trying to get a Fiend's Grip off over onto Jim Park. But the rest of the team's still here.
Without Ursa, how do
Okay,
you
there's
ever
the
fight?
toss back over onto King RD. Follow up though with a nice vacuum. Go get the hold, but immediately now King RD on the run. The Rolling Thunder coming through. Look at Park, he just doesn't care. He's like, come closer to me. I've got all the flak, all the damage. No problem. Come back here, Hika. Gets the kill on him. FCR now trying to flap those little wings, but I'm thinking that those might end up being broken if they're not careful. More callback coming out. Hiko jumping into this fight. They've lost FCR. This is looking disastrous now for Midas. Crystal Base freezing field, doing so much damage, takes him down. The only person who is left right now is the Pangolier. Ursa's back up, but it feels like he's going to die if he goes anywhere near them.
Yeah, I mean, that was really,
This could
really
be
risky.
it.
I think it's just over. I don't see how you defend.
This could be the end of Brazilian Dota's dream right now.
Gyro still pushing as a refresher coming in on Courier. Wants to get the
I don't
next
know.
BKB.
This is a naked, exposed ancient. It's scary stuff. MJZ. All right. Is he going to be finished off? Are they going to be able to slice him into half? No, because he has a Ghost Scepter.
Park fighting.
Just hiding him left and right. They're still just killing 40R. They're hitting the space. They're just done with this game. They want to continue. And the GGs get called. The Brazilian Dota dream here is dead, unfortunately, for Midas Club. And the guinea pigs, long live the guinea pigs. The Cuyes Esports will be continuing here.